Starship Flight 6 happened. Also, rest in peace, Ship 26.
And here we go. We have liftoff.
Propulsion continues to be normal.
R68 chamber pressure looks good.
Following up. Roger, roger, planet.
Water towers fly! Yes! Echo down to nominal.
Fighting downside FD off. Bring in FD off. Off. It's orange!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Decollage.
Look at this!
Put that in the big bag,
343 unfolds to go.
Indeed.
We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
If the methane would be igniting in the flare, correct?
Yikes. You dead?
We don't need any more of these.
Welcome to another Flame Trench live from the NSF bunkhouse here in Starbase, Texas. I'm Jack Beyer for NSF, and we've got a packed show today. Joining us is also going to be other people here in Starbase, Texas. People like Max. Max, how you doing?
Jack, hello. E, hello.
Also D.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
It's funny because we're all in different boxes on the screen, but like we're just all sitting next to each other.
We are.
Yeah.
Also on today's show, we have the one and only EJ. EJ, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Yeah, as you can see by my background that I'm there too. You know,
Yeah, you're simultaneously occupying the same portion of the universe as me.
Yeah, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Not bad. How you liking the weather lately? It's been nice, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that storm that blew through yesterday, that was crazy, huh?
Yeah.
All that hail? Yeah.
No, I don't.
Did your car get dinged up?
I don't remember that. I was sleeping.
Good deal. Well, thanks for joining us, bud.
Thanks, man.
Enjoy that Red Bull. It's a pretty tasty flavor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just nursing it. It's fine.
Yeah, you'll drink it later. It's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I'm just nursing
Also joining us is Sawyer. Sawyer, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Actually, I'm with you guys too. This is just a green screen behind me of my normal background at home. I'm totally hanging out with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. All right, well, let's just jump right into the show. We can talk about stuff like, I don't know, Starship. Does that sound good to everybody?
Oh yeah, that happened.
Oh yeah,
right.
they did have a Starship launch.
It didn't catch a booster.
They did. The Golf did.
The Golf did catch
The
a
Golf
booster.
did catch a booster.
Technically correct.
So is the black that all of us but EJ are wearing for Ship 26 or the booster?
26.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine's just because of
The answer is
laundry,
yes
okay?
to
This
both.
is what I had that was clean, that was NSF.
No, I appreciate that you finally started to show Ship 26 its earned and due respect.
It's really nice of you, Sawyer. I'm glad you decided to turn over a new leaf and really embrace the coolness that is Ship 26.
Yeah, good try.
I can't even say it with a straight
I was just gonna say, like, wow, you held a straight face for that long.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Oh, just wait till
All right, but
later.
yeah, let's-
Just you wait till later. My true colors will come out.
Okay.
I sure hope.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Kinda
I'm
scared.
very excited to see.
All right, so I mean, where do we start? Do we just go through launchies and landies and see what we have to say about each part, and then we can talk about the stuff we've made, the footage. You can talk about your BTS. Like,
Do we want to start like sort of chronologically going in like what we did leading up to launch, then what we captured? I don't
Sure.
know. Okay.
Go.
Great. Okay. So this launch, of course, was a bit different than the previous Starship launches we've had. Previously, they have been morning launches, and so we're setting up like noon into the afternoon. This time, it was a 4 p.m. launch time, which means we start setting up far later into the afternoon, but even still, we're setting up 24 hours in advance. So that had some challenges, most definitely, I would say. Specifically with video, it adds challenges, but we set up trailer, we set up all our cameras.
Trailer setup this time, I got to say this quietly in case DOS hears me. I feel like trailer setup this time went pretty well.
I would agree. It went pretty well. And then I know I was setting up until about 3 a.m. that
I finally was driving back to the bunkhouse around 2. Like, you went to south, and I left and went back to the bunkhouse.
Yeah. So lots of late-night camera work building up to launch.
How many cameras did you end up setting?
As far as remotes, I had 2 GoPros, I had 2 stills cameras, and I had 2 cinema cameras.
Nice. 2 and 2.
Yeah, the stills cameras both worked out. One of the cinema cameras did not work out. The GoPros were fine, but GoPro footage, so like they have their advantages and they're useful, but also
it's a GoPro.
It's a GoPro. But yeah, a whole bunch of that. And my favorite thing was we all got to be together for the launch.
Not only that, we got to be at the outpost, which
yes.
I love our river location. It's actually technically like 1/10 of a mile closer than the outpost, but it's 1/10 of a mile, so it's really negligible. But the real thing is the Rocket Ranch outpost has such a better view than River has. Plus, when you're at River, our river lot, you're kind of like sequestered and off on your own, and you can hear the crowds of SpaceXers and the crowds of the people at the outpost. You can hear them all cheering and screaming and during launch. It's amazing. But to actually get to be there and like feel that energy, and then also hanging out with all you guys was like, I think 6 is probably, 6 can't be my favorite because they didn't catch the booster, but I really had a lot of fun on this one, which, I mean, y'all know, these can be really stressful, and I'm glad this one was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was so much fun being with everyone. Like, the view from the ground at the outpost, you still have a view down to the OLM. That's the main challenge at River, is you have to find the right spot between shrubbery and in the wildlife area in the foreground to have a clear view, whereas at the outpost it was just everything. And we got to hang out with a whole bunch of great people, talk with Anthony.
Meet a whole bunch of viewers.
Absolutely. It was just such a great atmosphere there. Now, it does have its challenges. Like you said, it has the slightly better angle. With there being so many people, capturing super duper clean audio, a little bit more difficult, definitely. But I need to go back. I need to go back there again. That view is wonderful, and the atmosphere absolutely makes the launch experience so much. It's about the people. I say that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, the launch experiences are made by the people you spend them with. You can get the best shot. You have to share it with people. Yeah, like you want to hang out. It's the people that make the launch experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how are you feeling after everything is said and done? Because you were working all the way up until like what 6 p.m. yesterday, because we put out that behind the scenes video that you made. I don't even want to call it a video. We put out that behind the scenes short film that you made, and good job. But you were literally like, burning the candle from both ends, not only before launch but through launch and up till yesterday. So how are you feeling now? Are you doing good?
I'm feeling good. We got to just chill out yesterday evening, which was really great. Loved seeing all the comments on that video. I greatly appreciate that. It was a wild time of. I planned on starting to edit the video that night because it launched. We were able to pick up our cameras. I went to our locations to pick up cameras, and I made it back here. And I was planning on starting to work on it, and Jack knows I just passed out because, like I said, I actually didn't even sleep in a bed before launch. I was in my car at the beach for like 2 hours of mixed quality sleep. But getting that good night of rest to start working on that video was great. And then it was, morning yesterday to evening yesterday, or days getting all mixed up. The morning Wednesday to the evening Wednesday, and the morning Thursday to 5-ish p.m. Thursday on that.
Nice.
But
Max,
Yes, Jack.
run us through it. What'd you set? How'd you do? How are you feeling?
Overall, there was a lot to look forward to in this one simply because of the afternoon window, and the light was way different than anything we've had before, at least for a full stack launch. So at least from an imagery standpoint, that was something that I was really looking forward to, especially from being at the outpost, being only 3.8 miles away, about as close as you can get publicly, and also just from a light perspective as well, with the sun being behind us and not coming up directly over the horizon, and depending on when it would launch, it could just be completely backlit, and the light just looked absolutely gross.
Right.
We didn't have that problem this time, and there was a lot of.
was real nice.
Real nice, especially again from where we were. But in terms of remotes, I had 3 stationed over at what we call Danger Lot, right by Starhopper, and 2 of them were framed up actually for the catch. Rip. But those still fired, and they got, I guess, some constellation imagery. But the one I was really most anticipating, and I've talked about it a little bit already on social media, was the bell shot, the engine shot. That was a shot that I've been trying to get for the entire program to this point. In Danger Lot, has always been, at least from what we've seen, has always been a no-go for any type of engine shot.
Just because it's all dust.
Because it's super close, and because of where we are relative to the OLM, we get plumed out almost immediately. But
if you point straight up and hope.
Well, even then, that's very dependent on wind direction, and that was something I paid very close attention to, because if the wind was blowing north, you'll get nothing. Right. The whole cloud is going to wash over Danger Lot, and it'll just be dark sky. So the winds this time were similar direction-wise to Flight 5 in that they were blowing southwest, although a little bit stronger. So maybe I thought that might open up a little bit larger of a window to shoot something if you aimed up high enough. And based off some of the super wide imagery I had on Flight 5, I was able to roughly mentally calculate when the whole stack might appear above the plume. And so I locked the x-axis on my tripod, and I wanted to make sure the tripod was as level as possible. I was going up and down, tracking up and down, making sure it was straight, because you also have to account for
the ship leaning as it comes off the pad.
The pad, yeah, exactly. The pad avoidance maneuver where it tilts over. So I had to account for that in my framing, and I aimed up literally about 45 degrees. It was nothing but sky. And I went back and forth, up and down, to make sure the aim hadn't changed at all. You probably saw me doing that all the time. Like I had to make sure it was lined up just right. And I was still I was still pretty wide considering what I wanted, but in that instance, I almost had to be for how it flew through the frame. And you cannot be precise when you're aiming blind.
Yep.
That's just not possible.
Yep.
So. And as we all know by this point, I've talked about it a bit on social media, but the image came out, and I was like making the most egregious like squeal noises possible. I camera pickup, like the actual SpaceX personnel heard me.
As I went back to my truck to grab something, a zip tie or a key or something, I forget what it was, but someone some of the random bystander over my truck said something like, "Is everybody okay over there?"
Really?
And I was like, "Oh, he's more than okay, trust me." So it was something like that. It might not have been that clean of a state, but yeah. Anyways,
that was the first camera I went back to as well. I'm like, oh, it's going to be plumed over. I'm not going to get anything. So I was scrolling backwards through, and I'm like, okay, dark sky. That's where I had to make sure it was still firing. Scrolling through, cloud, plume, and then I see the very bottom of the exhaust trail, coming to about the top left third.
This isn't the shot though, right? This is D
Correct.
shot.
Yeah, so this was cropped way in from our view at the outpost.
Oh, okay. This is your shot from the outpost.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is also taken from the outpost, one that is coming on screen now. Also taken with the Canon RF 1200mm lens.
We have a question here, which, chat, if you have any questions, at NASASpaceflight, we'll see your questions come through. Steve is asking, did you rent the RF 1200mm or buy it? You think we can afford to buy that?
Depending on how many prints are sold, I guess between now and the end of the year, maybe I can buy one. Who knows?
That would be insane.
This is also super duper cropped in from the Outpost. And
somebody link Kevin to the actual shot. Poor guy, he's looking.
It's the insane one. Just
how
else can you describe it?
Also from the Outpost when that's on screen. I cannot tell you how good or how well that lens performed.
Oh,
I was over the freaking moon.
You can tell me because I've seen the images and it's fantastic.
I was over the moon with how everything turned out.
It's not just the lens, Max, though. It's how you use it. So good job.
It's all the kit.
No.
It's all the kit.
We're not doing that. You did good job. You did good. Good job.
It's pictures. Also from the Outpost.
Oh my God.
But this was shot with a separate camera on a wider lens, obviously, because it's a wider landscape shot. But
right.
The goal here was just to show how insanely large the plume can be. And also, this really reminds me of the SN8, SN9 days where it's not just, I don't even know how to say it. It's the orange clay dust almost that comes out and how orange it is.
It felt dustier. It felt a lot dustier this flight than it has.
But that could also
I bet you it's because it's been so dry.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten any rain lately.
Yeah.
And the only reason the flats have water in them is because of the high tides and whatnot.
True. Also, launches aren't dusty when you can't see them. So 3 and 4.
Yes.
That's also true.
Cool. All right, Sawyer. What'd you set? No, but I'm serious.
There's the shot.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go. Man. Good job, Max.
Dude, I'm not even joking. That might be.
You can see the individual throttle levels on the end. It's ridiculous. Just I have actually tried to shoot this exact same shot from Danger Lot.
Yeah.
Pointing up into the sky and hoping kind of thing. Multiple times, and I've never gotten it.
And that's what's so tricky about it.
And sure enough, this time I was like, nah, I'll use that camera for something else.
Well, it's that's what's so tricky about this. There are so many variables that go into it in terms of wind direction, where the light's going to be, how strong the wind is, how high you have to aim up. There is so much that goes into planning a shot like this. I had no idea. This was the one throwaway image I had from all my cameras, because everything else was either planned either specifically around Starhopper or framed around the landing or the catch.
Right.
So the fact that this turned out, might be, honestly, this is a bold statement, but that might be my favorite picture I've ever taken.
If it was a photo I had taken, I probably would say the same things.
And same with this photo. This was framed up originally for the catch, not for launch. But this, I guess, as I said I told Chris B earlier on X that this is a nice consolation image.
I like that image a lot. Also, in my slow-mo, you can see that the flaps, the metal skin of the flaps is rippling at liftoff. I love this one because it's like the patch.
Also a frame for the landing.
I know you wanted the catch, but still.
It would have been such a mirror, perfect mirror.
But yeah, that previous one that you can still shows the rippling, in that moment. It's really cool.
And in this shot that's on screen now, this was originally framed up to be a mirror or a replica of our patch.
Right.
That's why I framed it up this way, but obviously the booster did not come home. So
win some, lose some.
Win some, lose some. But hey, I'm still not empty-handed.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right, for real though, Sawyer, I do want to know, what was your launch day experience?
Well, the day before. Sorry, let me move Jake out of the way. There we go.
Aw, Jake.
Yeah, the day before I was actually up at the Cape for the GSAT 20 launch, so I had camera set, just a different coast, different rocket for Falcon 9.
Right, less good coast, less good rocket. Go on.
Hey.
That same rocket flies from your coast, pal.
Yeah, it's a better coast and a better rocket over there.
You can't see it there, though.
Uh-oh.
Hey, let Sawyer answer the question. Come on, we're being professional here.
I'm sorry. Professional and flame cringe do not go in the same sentence.
No!
You literally put it back there.
But
just a bit.
But yeah, try being 1.8 miles away from Starship. I mean, you'd probably be dead, but not bad for Falcon 9. Anyway.
Not a bad way to go.
So after coming back from that, obviously a little tired, but still in the SpaceX launch mood, so it was great. I tried to get some sleep on Tuesday. Of course, you know, the excitement makes it a little harder to sleep, but then was up nice and early watching the stakeout stream, was on the stakeout stream for about 3 hours, and then it's the hurry up and wait. It's like, okay, I'm ready for this to go. We still have 3 hours. Okay, ready. It's still an hour and a half. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I know time flies totally different when you're in the field, but there's something when you're waiting for the launch, you know it's coming, and even though you see the countdown clock in the top left of the screen, you're still like, oh, is it going to launch yet? Is it ready yet? Come on. And then obviously the launch itself was...
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts
Sawyer,
on that?
Like to elaborate on that point with you, like it's that feeling is 100% the same here. Although it may be a bit, I think vivid's the wrong word, but like it's more pungent because you especially for a spot like River or Danger Lot where you can't, like once you're there until either it flies or it scrubs,
Or you leave.
or you could leave, but you can't come back.
Who would do that?
But, right? Who would do that? No. But like it's a whole bunch of waiting, and always, and even with this afternoon launch window, it always makes for a very late night and early morning beforehand if you even opt to sleep at all.
I will say, though, the 4 p.m. T0 was a godsend. It was, not only was the lighting and everything better, but also remote set was 3 hours later than normal, and that gave us more time in the morning to get everything prepped, and also, you know, I didn't sleep much. Dee, I know you didn't sleep much. Max, I know you didn't sleep much, but...
I also, like, did not have free time. I didn't really have waiting in the lead up to launch.
Me either.
The morning was sitting in the driver's seat of my car, parked, editing video. And then everything after that was setting up cameras, running around, trying to do the live bit, testing that, everything breaking and not working, so then fixing
Oh yeah, we had to swap out your solo for my solo just to do that BTS bit. And then I had to swap my solo back in so that we could have my feed for liftoff. I forgot about that. That was chaos.
Yeah, so for reference, a little behind the scenes look, a full hour.
Behind the scenes looks? What?
No.
Yeah.
What?
A full hour before we did the live on camera from the outpost section, we did a test. We walked around there, we had everything transmitting, we were checking mics, everything, and it was working. We figured out, okay, we can't go behind the container, makes sense. Yes, we were on Starlink during that. We also have our packs, so we're on multiple different connections. It's Starlink and 3 different LTE modems. And so like we tested everything, we knew where we could and couldn't go. But then about 15 minutes beforehand, they get mic'd up for real, and our feed isn't sending. We can't get it sending. And we swap out the solos. Jack runs up on top of the building, grabs the solo. We swap it in. It's more troubleshooting. I know Kevin loved having to deal with all of that in the back end, but all of that is so much appreciated. And then we started having even more issues because in that time, the VIP plane flew over. All our LTE connections just stopped working. It was a lot of chaos in trying to get that working. And I know during our live section, it was not as necessarily smooth as we would have liked. That's why I included a little bit of that in the behind-the-scenes video so people can get a nice look at what it's like. Because it is such a cool place to be, and I really wanted to try to share that as much as I could.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we got to be there just for that reason alone. Like, cut out the better views, cut out the better experience that we got. Everybody should know how cool Rocket Ramp is, because it is really cool. So, good call, D.
And can I just say one of my other favorite parts from the launch day from my end of being in the quote-unquote studio at home here is that I was in charge of editing the quick turnaround video after. So after the stream ended, about an hour and a half later, you saw the highlights video with everything from the launch and a couple of the explosions afterwards and everything. One of my favorite parts is the fact that as the polls come in, They start pulling the feeds from all of our robotic cameras. They start pulling, everyone starts uploading from the field. So I'm seeing D slow-mo. I'm seeing Jack stuff come in. Das's from the roof. Jason, who was also on the roof. Little by little, I'm seeing these clips come in. And every time it's like, oh my gosh, this shot's amazing. No, this shot's even better. No, this shot's even more amazing. There's something as you see them all come in that is just like, holy crap, we did this.
It's pretty amazing that we get to do this. And it's pretty amazing that we're able to do so much with so little. Like, just constantly pulling rabbits out of hats. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty fun job. EJ, what was your launch day experience like, my guy? Didn't you host the stakeout stream for like 6 hours?
I think I did the stakeout stream. I don't remember. That whole time was a blur. I think I was there for like six hours or something like that. That whole stream was a blur. That whole day was a blur.
As they tend to be.
Those first 4 hours were real fun, though, EJ, weren't they?
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. I got through a lot of questions, and I made it a thing to make sure I had the support queue cleared. Failed miserably at that, so thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for that, by the way, because I inherited that support queue, and the whole time I was just like treading water, like, I could not keep up. Also, chat filled the support queue with like 1 million Swedish words that I had no idea why or where, but apparently that was a you thing, I guess.
Yeah, they did that to me. Don't ask. It was just early morning shenanigans.
Swedish, Portuguese. I'm trying to think what other languages they had you pronouncing. And failing miserably at most of them, which was very entertaining. I'm glad I wasn't on the air for those, but thank you, EJ, for the entertainment.
Yeah, all good. All good. Yeah, so I did that, and then I switched over to the Twitch stream. I stream on Twitch, and we covered the launch there. I think I put in probably 13 or 14 hours straight that day, and we watched the launch. It was great. It was a good time. Wish they caught the booster, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, what was your reaction to no booster catch?
I was bumming. I think Booster 13 was fine. As far as SpaceX said that it was something with the tower, right? So it didn't interface with the tower or something. I mean, I don't know if the antenna at the top has something to do with it. Who knows?
Its interface wasn't in your face enough.
Yeah. Sure. Pun token, please. Hey, those are nice blinds behind you, Jack. It's really nice.
Yeah, they're a little bit more closed than
I think
they
I like
are behind you.
Yeah, Yeah, there you go.
Should I change them to match?
No. It's. I mean, I don't know if you want.
I'm gonna go blind, Jack. I'm gonna go blind.
A little bit less. A little bit less.
Oh, that's bright.
Am I blinding you? Sorry.
Yes, you are.
It's clipping.
Sorry, Max. All right. Anyways.
Yeah, no, EJs are set for the perfect amount of lighting that is coming in Starbase, of course.
Yeah, look at
It's amazing how just clean and constant that lighting is.
Look at
I
how
love it.
It's
you
like
need
there's a
to
big
teach me lighting skills. How do you control the sun like this?
It's like there's a big softbox right in front of his face, practically.
You know what? It must be that time of year, though, where he lives.
Yeah, probably.
No, he's here.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
EJ, when we're done with this, we need to just like hang out and talk about lighting. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, EJ?
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, whatever you say. Whatever you say, man.
Hey, I know how to do 3-point lighting. I'm just saying. You can do 3-point lighting. You can do 3-point lighting. You want ambient light, key light, spotlight, fill light? What do you want? Just saying.
Can I get some negative fill, like here? I want to look really like dramatic.
Do we want some diffuse in there?
Well, we've got a key for you on that side.
Can we get a Liberace over here on a 12x12?
You need everything.
All right, enough film talk. How about we ask everybody, what was your reaction to the non-catch of the boosters, Sawyer? I almost called you Sobbies.
I mean, you can.
I just did, I guess.
I knew what you meant. It's fine. You got Membies, you got Sawbies, although my nickname technically is Soys, but Sawbies is fine.
It's Saw Dog, actually.
Anyway.
It looks slow-mo.
It looks slow-mo.
It looks slow-mo.
It looks slow-mo. Did you hear?
EJ, do
They
it.
didn't catch me.
EJ.
But, yeah.
He looks.
as the slow-mo goes there, I don't want to say I was disappointed, because I wasn't. It's one of those, though, where when you see it come down, and you see it get ready to splash down, and it does the slide. It does that little slide towards the chopsticks. You see it slow down. It's perfectly vertical. It's one of those where in your head you're like, oh, come on. The booster's working great. Why'd we skip the landing?
Right.
I mean, I'm glad it worked like that, because at least it proves, hey, booster still works, and it was just an issue at the tower. But you see that, and it's like, oh, they could have done it.
Oh, hey, look, guys, slow-mo.
Yeah. Thank you,
Hey!
EJ.
Okay,
Thank you.
Real quick, my favorite part of the slow-mo is what we just saw.
The shockwaves?
Watching the shockwaves coming up. Like, we got that last flight. We talked about it last week with, on the re-entry, the sonic boom shockwave coming down and then reflecting off the water. But yeah, here, more than previous launches, I think, maybe.
They were particularly visible. I don't know if it was the lighting or what.
I love this lighting. Not every Starship. We need variety of Starship launch times. We need jellyfish. We need all these things. But this lighting, I could do for a couple more of these.
The hot jelly is going to be sick, which is actually, by the way, what I'm calling the
hot jelly.
Yeah, it's not. With Falcon, we have the Falcon Nebula. We have the jellyfish. With Starship, I submit that we should be calling it the hot jelly.
It's going to be so different.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so different, and I can't wait to see that.
I cannot wait. Speaking of seeing that, if you like this slow-mo shot from D and from the other people on the team that shot slow-mo, then go check out the short film that D made that we published yesterday, because all of these shots are in there, and it is fantastic, and it deserves more views. So, like, literally, right now, the pinned comment in chat, click it, click the pinned comment, open it in another tab, and watch it. Not right now, but watch it. Like, soon. Like, after this.
Soon, TM.
Do it or we're not friends.
Oh, a bold statement.
All right.
Friendship is on the line.
Yeah, right.
Done.
Max, what was your we're about to get an EJ. We're about to get an EJ impression. Did I step on an EJ impression?
What? What am I doing? I don't know what's going on, man.
Oh, I thought you were about to. Okay. Yeah, moving on. Max, what was your reaction to no catch?
I mean, I think that's pretty well summed up in the noise that many other people made at the site, where it was just a big old sigh, like, of just sheer disappointment. You know, that was what I think we were all looking forward to, if not more than the launch.
Yeah.
Simply because of what the light may have had it look like. No, we saw what it looked like way out over the Gulf from where we were. But yeah, it was a real disappointment, because we were really looking forward to just what we could capture from that angle, and just to see if SpaceX could do it again with a lot more margin than they had on Flight 5. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing. I mean, very disappointing. But the fact that Ship was able to get as far as it did, given the difference in its flight profile and how much more intense the loads were on it, I think made up for that.
So last week, did we talk about whether we thought they were going to catch it?
I think we did. I think we all basically said they were going to catch it.
Yeah, we did.
I think I went 50-50 again.
Sounds like something you would do.
I think I went pessimistic once again. We saw it. Like, so many things can go wrong. You said it in the behind the scenes. The unknowns. They've done it once. We know they can do it. But even with Falcons, we've seen landing failures. Like, there is so much more to continue to learn with all of this. And this is more complicated, or arguably a lot more complicated than a landing that a Falcon does. You're timing the tower. You're bringing in the chopsticks. So it requires the systems, rather than the systems on the booster and the drone ship to be good, it requires the tower and the chopsticks and that computer and the booster to be good. So
I will say this. I was bummed that they didn't go for the catch. That said, it makes Flight 7 that much more interesting. Because now we have, will they catch the booster all over again? Which I guess we would have had either way, but now it's more exciting.
Will they, won't they? They've got a 50% rate right
it's
now.
It's literally 50-50, yeah. Good deal. What do we do next?
So one of the things I wanted to mention is when we heard the no-go for tower catch, the divert, there were actually like 2 people that cheered at the outpost.
Were they really drunk or something?
Yeah.
I know. It was like a whole bunch of people. There was a collective, but there were 2 distant sides, and I didn't realize it in the moment until I was editing the video, and I was like listening to it, and you hear a yay, and it cuts off suddenly, and I'm like, what? No, I'm like, if you listen closely, you'll hear that. But
Did they mishear it?
yeah, maybe. But we got some spectacular footage from DOS of that
Of the
landing,
splashdown.
Yep.
and of it tipping over and having a rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
Yeah, we got to check that out. I think is this shot from Mary?
This is Mary's shot, yeah.
Heck yeah. Kevin, play this liftoff shot from Mary, because it's probably awesome.
It is. I included that in the turnaround video afterwards. Again, everyone in the field absolutely just nailed it this time. I think that lighting change made such a difference. Having edited most of the videos for flights 1 through 5, seeing all the shots from this one, once you get that 4 p.m. central daylight, that just blew me away. Totally.
I think it's safe to say that the team as a whole, the sheer breadth of imagery combined, either stills or footage, was the most we've ever gotten collectively as a team.
It was a good launch. It was a good launch, and I sort of feel like it really fills me with joy, not just to see the footage and imagery that the NSF team has made, but literally everybody that comes out here, all the media that comes out here for this. I feel like after 6 launches now, we're all sort of starting to get into the groove, so to speak, and we're all sort of like finally kind of figuring out exactly how best to shoot this vehicle.
The birds! Sorry, the birds in our shot.
Oh,
lift off.
nice. I love it. That's a great shot.
Like, it's one thing to see this angle in slow motion, like
Right.
we've seen from you two, but to see like replay in real time,
Right.
I
I also love that she keeps the camera locked off.
Yeah.
So you get to see it exit frame, and then you get to see the ensuing maelstrom of dust. Like, it's just a great shot. You love to see it. But yeah, we are going to have to talk about the landing video from DOS here in a little bit.
Yeah, which we're talking, by the way, for those who don't know, DOS's footage was tracked with an actual Xbox controller.
It was.
It was.
We're not joking when we say
DOS
that, not anything like, it's legit. He showed it during the launch stream. It is an Xbox controller.
Yeah, DOS has been working on that tracking rig for quite a while, and I'm happy that he managed to get it out here and get some sick shots with it, because holy cow, that landing footage. Is this, okay, yeah, this is the video from DOS right here. Fantastic stuff. Shot from the top of the Margaritaville Hotel, which, you know, we have such awesome partners down here, you know, whether it's the Rocket Ranch or whether it's the Margaritaville. It's just, you know, we were able to have good cameras in so many great locations. So it's a good launch.
Exclamation point hotel.
Yeah, exclamation point hotel. If you want to stay at the Margaritaville, you totally can. And it's a great place to stay just because you can have a balcony view of Starship out your hotel room, like right there. It's pretty. You can also stay at the Rocket Ranch too if you feel like camping, because the Rocket Ranch rules.
Yes.
It's a great place. It's a really great place.
Where do you guys
Awesome
recommend?
shot
Because I'm going to
from
come down
DOS.
for 7. What do you recommend?
What are you more of a, like, what type of traveler are you, Sawyer? Do you want to glamp, or do you want to rough it but have like the real Starbase experience?
The problem is with the real Starbase experience is just wheeling through all the dirt and gravel and stuff, and also having access to a bathroom.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Margaritaville.
Yeah.
Margaritaville.
It's a great place to watch. Also, pro tip: if you ever try to see a launch from Isla Blanca Park and you drive your car in, there's like a 4-hour line to get in and get out before and after launch. It's brutal. But if you stay at the Margaritaville, you can just walk up the beach or roll up the sidewalk to the park. It's right there. You don't have to wait in your car for 1,000,000 hours. So pro tip. All right. Let me thank some people, and then we will continue on with the show here. Deborah Hall, thank you for the super chat there. They say RIP26. L Mad, thank you for the $20. They liked the SpaceX feed. Good for you. Eric Frazier, thank you for the support. They say, already said this to D on Twix. Don't call it Twix, Eric.
It's a great name.
Sounds delicious.
It's a great name.
I just
Left
call
Twix
it
or right
Twitter
Twix?
a lot of the time still.
That's for you to decide. Anyway, moving on. Jack is defeated.
Already said this
Jack.exe
to
has
D
stopped
on.
working.
Already said this to D on X, the Everything app, but the update video was one of my favorites y'all have ever done. A great storytelling combo of BTS and the launch. I agree. Good job, D.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Please do more.
Absolutely.
Gort from Wort, thank you for the super chat. They say, nice name change, formerly RP1 for breakfast. Cool deal. Steve Kalovic, what's up, bud? They say, hi, D. Which cinema cameras did you use and lenses? I'm a nerd. Thanks.
Okay. So I'm going to point at the cameras because it's a lot of the same ones shooting us right now.
This will be fun.
So this one is an E2 M4. That is what I used to track. That is what I had as two remote cameras.
Z-Cam, right?
Z-Cam E2 M4. There are not a super common brand, but a lot of specifically a lot of rocket cinematographers will use Z-Cams. They are native. The M4s are native 4K cameras that do 120 frames a second. And then this camera is the E2 F6. That's a full frame 6K camera. So that's what I use on my shoulder rig, walking around, all that sort of stuff. They definitely have their trade-offs. As far as lenses, the walk-around lens is a 24 to 70 millimeter L2 Canon lens, which I shouldn't really admit this, it's kind of unfortunate. The ribbon cable inside that lens is broken. It's a semi-common issue with that lens, so it is stuck at f2.8. The good thing is I've got electronic ND filters on there, so I can work around that, though it is not ideal. For tracking, I'm tracking on a 400 f2.8 Canon L lens, an old one I bought used. It's wonderful, and with the M4s being micro four thirds, that's an 800 millimeter equivalent shot. For remotes and stuff, I have this one is cheap manual 25 millimeter f2 lens. I also had a 50 to 100 f1.8 Sigma art lens. So, whole variety of lenses. That's far from all of them. I have 150 to 600. I've got, so I think I had that one. That was one of my still shots, actually, the close-up of the chopsticks area at liftoff that is currently in the store as metal print. That one was shot on the 150 to 600. I definitely have, there's 70 to 200s, 18 to 35 f1.8. I could just start listing. I know Chris is like, what am I talking about?
I was gonna say, if you have any more detailed questions about these lenses and cameras, ask Chris Bergen, the Spaceflight official. He knows all about them.
Oh yeah, he loves these questions.
Absolutely.
Direct them at him and only at him.
You know what? Well, there's one way to learn, and that's by repetition.
Yeah, so hopefully you learned a little bit. I can go into detail. You know, next driving stream,
yeah, there you go.
I'll have to go into detail on what all the numbers mean.
We really do need to do another one of those.
We really do.
Like go into detail.
Ooh, pun
Sorry,
token
I know.
Max.
I know. That was just low hanging fruit. I know. I
Wish
had
I
to.
had
I am
powers.
so proud.
I had to
Max.
beat Sawyer to it.
Matt's. Oh God. Oh God.
Uh-oh.
No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Matt's. Oh God. No. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Matt's. Thank you for gifting 10 Red Team memberships.
Matt's.
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 Matt's Gosselar. I'm probably butchering your last name, but there you go. Bideford, thanks Bideford for the super. They say, was anyone else disappointed that we didn't launch at 420?
No, not really.
I was glad we had it just continued because shifting T0s is annoying.
It can be brutal.
Starting, I started a camera out on the gravel, then I had to get up there. I was on my laptop starting camera remotely, and so if it had shifted, that would not have been ideal. So I'm glad it just continued to when it launched.
I mean, it would have been funny, but also I wanted, all my cameras, I knew that they would work if it was at the top of the window. I was less sure that they would work if it was at 420, so I was happy.
Yeah.
Plus, we already had a literal launch, the first ever launch of Starship on 420, so that box already kind of checked.
Can we acknowledge, by the way, that EJ actually raised his hand in response to that question? I have questions now, EJ.
The questions about what?
I didn't see. Go on, EJ, please.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're muted.
Oh, EJ, you're muted.
I'm not muted in vMix.
Uh-oh.
But yeah,
I'm
EJ
not muted in vMix.
Anyone disappointed? A certain someone right below me in the box below me raised their hand.
I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the camera. I'm giving my mug to the camera. I'm not looking at the thing. I'm looking at the thing.
Well, I'm using a cup, not a mug. But anyway, EJ.
I was disappointed because it's the meme number.
It is the meme
EJ,
number.
the floor is yours.
It's the meme number?
Well said.
Quality number.
Hey, what lenses do you have?
Hannes, thank you for becoming a Red Team member. Dominic, thank you for grabbing a print from Max from the store. If you want Max to have nice lenses, buy more of his prints. Or D, or myself for that matter. Whoever you want to have nice lenses, buy more of their prints.
That is a factual statement.
That is actually true.
That is actually true.
Genuinely.
Fact check true. Fact check true.
Oh, man. Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa. Sorry, it's a 311. Anyways, how many water landings did Falcon 9 have? P.S. Hijack. Hi, Amber. How many water landings did Falcon 9 have?
Well, we had the one
Behind the scenes shot.
Well, they had. Oh, behind BTS shot. What's up, everybody?
I don't know what to do. I feel like I should be running around ah! Okay, anyways. Alex is typing.
Oh.
No, go.
They had the one Falcon 9 Block 5 that missed the LZ. They had one Falcon Heavy side core, or the center core on Falcon Heavy Flight 1 went right into the drink. We had another Block 5 late, probably 2021, missed, I think, aborted right at the landing burn of the drone ship. We had 2 fall over, unfortunately, although those didn't miss. So I'm not sure those would be a water landing.
Are we also counting the
Or
early
are they
days
all
right
water landings
before
because
the drone ship landings?
Well, that's.
Yeah, because there were at least
what?
2 or 3 of those where they attempted a soft landing to represent a drone
I thought
ship.
you were just talking about every single Falcon 9 they've ever tossed.
no.
So at that point, it would be every single rocket ever flown from the US.
Alex says, oh dear, Amber is going to make me pull out my spreadsheets, and now he's typing more, and he's been typing more. So
Oh, dear.
Suffice to say,
Oh,
we're
no.
about to get a good
Alex
answer.
pulled out the spreadsheet. We are going to be here for a
Watch
long while.
it. Amber, we'll get you an answer here in a second once Alex is done typing. Austin Skirvin, thanks for the $5 tip to tips.nasaspaceflight.com. They say they caught the booster in the ocean. It was cool to see Captain Jack in a kilt, in a kayaks video, and everyone else from the team. Did they just call D a kayak?
What?
What?
EJ, pronounce this.
What? I'm a kayak now, I guess.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
Or you have to become a car. You have to become a car.
You have to become a car. Quantum carburetors.
Isn't it?
What is?
I have no idea. The word. Read the word in the lower third.
All I can think of is the meme of the from SNL of the Steve Harvey trying to pronounce the name of that volcano.
No. So this reminds me of the one weatherman from the UK who's trying to pronounce that one like legit town name from Wales.
The
I
Gogogoth.
can't remember what it is, but it's about the name is about that long.
Wales is so beautiful. It's also very rainy and foggy. But
And Welsh
you
is
drive
quite
around
a
Wales and you
language.
see some of those. Yeah, you see some of those streets, some of those signs, and I'm like, okay.
But so is most of the UK, to be fair.
By the way, you cleared the ticker just as Kevin was about to make it full screen for EJ to read.
Oh, dang. Mark, thank you for grabbing a print from the store. They got a D print.
Oh, thank you.
They say, hey guys, thank you. I got another metal print to go with the 7 I already have. 7! Wow.
Holy crap.
Thank you so much.
IFT.
And stop it. It's not IFT. It's Starship flight
Okay,
number.
are we doing this?
We're doing this. It's not,
I guess that's the next. After you
not-
finish, this is the discussion
It's not
we have
IFT.
to have.
It's just not. Russell Snodgrass with a $100 super chat. Russell, now and forever, thank you so much. Always see your name pop up with the high dollar supers. Thank you so dang much. That is so much money. They say, I take pictures with my phone. Thanks to y'all for doing it the right way and giving us such great coverage and cool images. Russell, you keep supporting us. We'll keep doing it.
But
We'd be doing it even without the support, but we'd be like broke and living out of our cars. But
I want to say the right way, like, if you have a phone on you and you want to take photos, that is absolutely the right way for you. It's the camera you've got on you.
The best
Don't
camera.
diminish
I was
that.
just going to say that.
We shoot on our phones
All the time.
despite
We do all the time.
having
All the
all
time.
the camera. Like we
EJ's
shoot on
shooting
our
with
phones
his phone
still.
right now.
Like there are plenty of occasions
Camera reception.
where
Everybody wave at EJ.
oh do we all
Oh, wait.
Really?
so don't diminish that. I
really-
do greatly appreciate that,
Really
and we
doing
all.
this? Am I the only one that goes caseless? What's wrong with you people?
No, I'm
wrong with
caseless,
you,
Jack.
Jack?
We need-
Good job.
This had been caseless.
Good job.
I'm caseless.
Just because you're
It's not,
hairless doesn't
'cause
mean
it's
you
very,
need to
very
also be
cracked.
caseless.
Wait, sorry.
Wow,
Did you say
Sawyer.
caseless? I thought I saw. Is there a crack on the back of your phone?
Shut your mouth. All right, so
Oh, Jesus.
moving on. Thank you so much, Russell. Seriously, buddy. We appreciate it so much.
I was shooting video. Oh, no. Dang.
Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, man.
How about we do some viewer questions? Because I don't think anyone really does actually want to hear us talk about Starship versus IFT.
Yes.
Because it's just not IFT.
Hit the questions.
All right, questions. Michael's asking, what happened to the snake on the danger van? Wow, did we talk about the snake on air?
Yes, we
Did we?
So we did it in a members behind the scenes. So BYU, they were setting up all their gear at the sites. Now I will say there's a little bit of that included in the video published yesterday, but there was a lot more of that shot. And from from north and highway and river, we had the member behind the scenes that Joss was running the show with.
Right.
And I was handed the camera at one point, and we did take a look at the van, and there was a nice close-up I gave of a spider. I think Adrian liked that.
That snake has been there since at least Flight 5.
It's been there.
It's
a hot minute.
It's Danger Snake.
And it's still there?
Oh, behind the scenes.
There it
Hey.
Yeah.
Wait, EJ's not here. He's on a green screen.
Oh, wait, what?
What?
Ah,
I thought you were here, EJ.
He's a phony.
What are you doing?
He's a
so-
phony.
AJ, explain yourself.
excuse me, I'm shooting video again. Okay.
More questions. I think Kevin wants us to talk about ship re-entering and SpaceX pictures, but no, I'm going to do questions because I'm the host. I'm drunk with power.
Oh, I'm sure Kevin's going to love that.
I love you, Kevin. LRCX is asking, did you get a picture video of how and when the comm tower got damaged? And also, Score Graphic is asking, do you have the tower antenna damage on camera? What caused it, shockwaves or the plume? D?
Yeah, so there, I do have a close-up shot of the chopsticks during launch. And when we saw that damage, I went back and I looked through all of them. And you can see one of the, I would assume, communication cables that runs down the scaffolding itself, sort of whipping around. And then it's a huge plume of dust. And I was cranking the dehaze to try to see through it, see if I could see it tilting. But it is just all dust. And then when I have the next shot after the dust is cleared, and it is tilting. So I assume that it happened after Starship had cleared the tower. That would be when it makes sense. It's pitching away, but the plume is also going that direction. So I assume that's when most of the damage took place. But you could absolutely see a cable or a wire. I'm not certain, and I don't want to.
Probably one of the guy wires would be my guess.
Well, it looked like all 4 guy wires were still in place.
Oh, huh.
It looked like it was one that was down the center. I could be wrong.
Interesting.
And it was sort of whipping around in the plume.
I think even in my super zoomed in shot from the outpost, you could see that same guide wire had this there was a lot of play in it.
Yeah.
So as if it was being whipped around and moving around a lot. So that's probably what did it. So yeah, rip comm tower.
Rip. Good question.
Jake's here to show off his shots, by the way.
Nice. GeoHound is asking, do you think Starship will need a column of tiles replaced to stop wrinkling of the steel? Didn't Elon say that transpirational cooling or some kind of liquid cooling sort of situation is back on the table?
It's back on the table. We don't know if they're going to actually be implementing that, especially with...
Yeah, back on the table doesn't mean they're doing it. It just means they're going to look at it again.
Right, and especially with the Gen 2 version of Starship about to fly, hopefully in the next couple of months. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do because V2 or Gen 2, or however you want to call it, is probably going to be the first class of ship that may become operational at some point before they move on to V3.
Oh, I think it definitely will.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's definite room for improvement and modification there, but the whole vehicle itself is still very much in the prototype phase. So there's certainly a lot that could be played with in the whole design philosophy.
BUAB in chat says, I just realized EJ's background is Jack's spot. How's that Red Bull, EJ? Is it good?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
I don't think I've seen you drink it once.
No. I'll save it for
Aren't
later.
you thirsty? Okay.
Yeah. I'll just save it for later.
Okay, hang on. So actually, when you're on the big box, EJ, it is so trippy because I keep thinking I want to look over and see you, but it's Jack.
It's very convincing.
It's extremely convincing.
Good job.
I didn't have a lot of time to adjust the lighting for this shot, but yeah, I think we got it right.
You need some more backlighting.
Yeah, we do.
I have a question. Some jerkface named Jack Beyer has a question here in the panel.
Jerkface.
How many version 2 ships do you think that they're going to make?
A lot.
Really, a lot?
I think it'll be a lot. I would guess minimum.
How many version 1 ships did they make? It was, I guess we can start at 24 because that's the one that actually flew. So 24, 25, they skipped 26 and 27. I'm not counting those. 28,
We
29,
have to count ship 20.
30,
Today, we have to count
and
ship
31.
26.
So 6
So
version 1 ships that have flown. I think they'll probably make like 6 to 8 version 2s.
I would guess
have-
at least 12.
I have a question. So why don't we count Ship 20 as a version 1?
Didn't fly. Couldn't have flown.
But they still made it though, and it did undergo crowd testing under a full stack. So they still made it. So I mean, I'm just also SN8, SN9, like those aren't. I mean, there was
No, absolutely not. Those
Right.
are not.
15.
Those are like version 0.5.
15.
That's like version 0.5. It's not even version 1. I'm sorry. It's not.
I mean, we could.
I love SN15. I love all of the low altitude hops, but those were an earlier version of ship as compared to an orbital ship.
But we still could count Ship 20 in it.
Well,
I don't count
orbital
ship 20.
ship?
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I think V2 I think is going to last a while before they ever even move on to V3, especially with the HLS demo hopefully happening next year, and how quickly they need to fly V2. They're going to make a lot of V2, so I'm thinking tens.
Mark in chat says there will be like 100.
By the way,
I wouldn't doubt if there were hundreds.
Mr. Goose has
honestly.
a good point. The SNs, those are 0.5. So
Yeah, that's what we were
SN
just saying.
test
Yeah.
I agree, Mr. Goose.
So when you get to something like Ship 20, that was not an SN, that was a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still like a 0.5 in my mind because the heat shield was not real. I mean,
It was. It was poorly installed.
Technically, the steel
If by poorly-
can act on its own as heat resistance
if by poorly
up to a point.
If by poorly installed you meant okay. Anyway, let's move on. EJ, what do you think? How many version 2 ships they're gonna make?
I don't know, dude. It really depends on when the next big design change happens, don't you think? Like, you could try to extrapolate that from like past data, but there's no correlation there because of SpaceX's iterative process. They're always changing things. I mean, with that regard, we don't know when the next big thing is going to happen. I mean, if you guys were talking about potentially switching to transpiration or film cooling or something. Or like ullage gas cooling with like a metallic tile, like Elon hinted at that on Twitter. He said it's not off the table. If they decide to do that, we ain't going to see that many Block 2s. they'll go right to Block 3, right?
That's
so
right.
it's kind of
Or
hard
it
to
could
say.
be like the same thing that's happened with Falcon 9 in that it's like a block. It was like Block 1, then Block 1.5, then Block 2. So like there could be Block like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Like technically speaking.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because like Block 3 and Variant 3 is supposed to be, from what we've seen in the renders, like the ridiculously long ship.
It's like as big as a Super Heavy,
Literally.
practically.
And
It's going to be wild to see those launch.
And they have a lot of work to do in order to get there and to even prove that this new design philosophy on Block 2 even works. So I genuinely believe we're going to see multiple variants of Gen 2 Starship just to prove it as a design concept.
I mean, I believe
first.
that. I believe Gen 2 is when we'll start to see tankers, when
Yeah.
we'll see the first HLS cone.
Yep.
Okay, here's another question. I'm just asking questions now. Do you think, and so that we got those recent renders, right, from SpaceX?
Yep.
Like was that on launch day of the HLS ship?
Yes.
And the ship number on it was 42.
Yep.
Which of course is, you know, sort of the meme number, but also the Hitchhiker's Guide reference. Do you think they'll actually make Ship 42 a lunar variant? Do you think that was like a haha nice treat for like an Easter egg for the render, or do you think that's like actually within the realm of plausibility?
I could believe it as like the very early first sort of lunar test. Maybe. I think it's optimistic potentially, but I could see them working hard to make that we're gonna try to land this thing on the moon. Let's see.
These renders are so dang cool.
That makes me. After seeing these, how could you not become just the most excited human on the planet for what's to come?
I can't wait to photograph one of these.
Dude, oh my God.
Wait to
I cannot
photograph
freaking
one of these.
wait.
Wait, Kevin, can you go back?
Hey, it
to
looks
the,
a lot like Ship 26.
It does, you know.
Oh.
No.
Go back to the first one. Keep going. There you go. The one that's landed over by the base, is that like they landed it and it's not going to take off again and they're just using it as like a chill spot? No, for real. Like they're definitely not launching that close to the base, right?
That's a good point.
Like I immediately noticed that and I was like, oh, so are they planning on sending some just to use as a hab and not even as like a lander ascender? It's just a hab. I mean, it would make sense.
Or it could be like a full Martian scenario where they sent a ship well ahead of time.
Yeah.
Supply drops.
Yeah. I can't wait for lunar ops.
Dude, this is gonna be. Oh my God, I can't wait. Just imagine a V2 or a Block 2 booster with that on top of it.
Be sick. It's gonna be
It'd be so good.
so much to look forward to. EJ, what do you think? You think 42 for the first lunar ship is a plausible number?
I think they're teasing us. Yeah, I think it's a subtle tease. Like, yeah, I do. I think you got to think that HLS is somewhere in the pipeline. It has to be, because this, Artemis 3 presumably is right around the corner, right? Either 2026, maybe 2027. That's not a lot of time.
That's so weird.
It really does.
You're right. It's not a lot of time.
So yeah, it's got to be in the pipeline somewhere. So I think that's probably for real. I mean, it could be. Like I said, stuff changes at SpaceX all the time. It's tough to keep track of, But yeah, dude, these pictures are.
You know what's nice though? Like throughout the entire time we've seen renders of lunar Starship and HLS Starship, there hasn't been, especially like in the last 2 years, there hasn't been a lot that's changed about it design-wise. I mean, we saw on this last one on the SpaceX release, there was a lot more windows on it, and that is of course not congruent to what we're seeing on the screen now with the NASA release renders. But overall, in terms of the landing leg design and philosophy,
The thrusters have changed quite a bit.
They have, and so did the solar panels.
The elevator,
like that.
Oh my God.
All of that is relatively congruent from what we've seen in renders and releases in the last couple of years. So they have a design philosophy, if not nailed down already, which is, oh my God, I can't wait.
I love that the same company that is all about the best part is no part is also all about an elevator that cannot fail, or you strand people on the moon.
I mean, they have to have a backup, there's got
to be a rope or
roll down
something.
ladder or something. Yeah,
absolutely.
There has
Can
to
you
be a fail-safe
imagine
there.
climbing that high on a ladder?
Yeah, it's low gravity.
I was just, yeah. You could probably jump from
Is
that
there gonna
high.
be, like- training for astronauts on how to land
Presumably,
from a high
probably.
height.
Presumably, yeah.
But training for that
Like parkour training. like astronaut parkour.
Moon parkour, yeah.
Training for that without being in some sort of simulated 1/6 gravity is going to be really tricky, though.
Well, they've got that.
I do. But like in the suit, though, like that's I imagine
Well, they
that
have
being
the
one of
like
the biggest
guy wire
hurdles.
systems and all that sort of stuff, so they can totally practice any of that they need to.
By the way, if we're gonna
There's so much to unpack.
if we're gonna talk about the 42, you can put me in fight mode. I don't think it's gonna be 42.
Okay.
Because
All right. Well, what do you think it's going to be?
I think it's gonna be a little later than that. Just because think of where we are in terms of just the normal ships themselves. Right now, we had 31. We figured the next one, that's gonna be the first, second generation, will be 33. I don't think it's going to be only 9 flights for them to just get to 42 and to be already on
You're not
the
thinking
surface.
about. You're already wrong because you're not thinking about ship reuse.
I don't know how
And yes,
soon.
I think
know
they're
they're
gonna-
talking
I
about
think they're going to-
the second flight of being able to try and catch it, but they're not going to get to the reuse, I don't think, off that first catch. They're going to want to do it a couple
Not with
times,
that
prove they
attitude.
can, and then move on. Plus, it's going to be a very unique ship specifically for the HLS program. So I don't think it's going to be 42. I could see something like 45 onward, but
I genuinely believe 42 is on the table. I really do.
Yeah,
And especially, like you were just saying, if they are able to nail down ship reuse in the next 2 to 4 flights and they're able to refly the same number of ship like 2 or 3 times to really nail down a flight profile to really refine the data and avionics on board, it's not. I don't want to put a percentage on it in terms of like how likely it might be, but I think it's on the table for sure.
I think it's
really
plausible. It's also entirely possible that it's not 42 and it's a later number.
Could be
or
way off,
whatever.
honestly, for all we know. We don't know.
Yeah, it's fun to speculate wildly. That's what we do here on the Flame Trench.
yeah, my speculation is still later.
All right. Let's do a handful more questions, and then we're going to look at some explosions.
I see what Kevin's queuing up, and I'm just like, ooh, I want to talk about
Oh
this.
yeah, it's on the return monitor. Yeah, look at that. You guys can't see that, but I can see it. It's pretty cool.
It's exciting.
Pretty cool looking. All right. Phil is asking, why doesn't Mary come on to talk anymore? She never has, but
I don't think I've ever heard her come on.
I don't like. Some people don't like being on camera. Frankly, I don't like being on camera. Believe it or not.
Yeah, here you are.
Yeah, I asked her if she wanted to be in the behind the scenes, and she wanted to just set her cameras. So
I don't blame her, honestly. Sometimes you get in my face with that camera, and I'm like, D, go away.
I don't like
welcome
being
to
on
my
camera
world.
most of the time.
Welcome to my world.
I like shooting the BTS because I'm not in the
It's like,
BTS.
yeah, right.
There are times where I'm just doing something normal and mundane, and then here comes a lens like right next to my head, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then he's like, "It's my job," and I'm like, "I know, but like, come on."
But yeah, she's still awesome and an important part. What are you doing?
Nice zoom, Kevin.
Why? I hate my face.
Because
Why are
LSR
you
now
making me
has
look at my
amazing
face?
GIF material.
Yes.
Gift material.
There's
Yes,
one right there.
that is the
Yes,
gift. That is the
He
gift.
did the
I'm just
thing.
making it worse. You do the show. No, go ahead, do the show.
EJ, take it from here.
What am I doing?
You're leading the show.
You are
Jack's
leading
given
the
up.
show. Jack just passed
He's
out.
hiding behind his laptop.
Oh, okay. Hey, you don't want me to be in control of this. That's, I mean, all right. So we were talking about whether ship 42 is going to be that or not. I mean, I don't know. Sawyer, you might be right, dude. But like, all I'm thinking is that just because they like make the ship, as long as there's no changes down the road for the ship, they might keep using it. Case in point is like, look at ship 26. Ship 26 is horribly
because it's
outdated,
dead.
right?
Yes.
No, you
Got
put on a
him.
black shirt for the memorial.
Absolutely
You can't
not.
Be like
I'm
that.
happy.
Got him.
I'm happy it's wrecked.
It's a solemn day.
I'm happy.
Can we let EJ speak?
I'm happy
EJ,
it's
go. Yes,
gone.
please.
Screw that thing. No.
Never mind. Anyway, moving on.
EJ can't talk anymore.
They used ship 26 way further into its life cycle. Like we were getting like 29, 30, 31, right? Well, ship 26 is still in one piece, right? So
It's such a long-lived and useful ship.
It's almost like they actually got genuine use and data out of it. I don't know.
It's the best ship.
Well, the point is that if there's no design changes, right? They're going to lock
that
in.
We've seen.
Yeah, that's right. If there's no design change, okay.
Let the man talk.
Sorry,
let
you're
the
right.
man
You're
talk.
right. Sorry.
You guys are
It's a
right.
very sensitive topic.
Let the
Okay?
man talk. You're still talking.
Oh my goodness! All right. If there's not a lot of design changes, you guys are cracking me up.
This is how it's been literally the entire.
All right. Okay. Focus. All right. So if there's not a lot of design changes, they might just stick with it. You got to remember that they're working with NASA for a lander design, and more of that stuff is going to be locked in. All right. And because it stays locked in, whatever HLS looks like, it might be based off of a Block 1 Starship. It could be based off of a Block 2 Starship. I'm talking like wings or anything, right? I'm talking about like the internal architecture. So it's entirely possible that 42 is already in the pipeline as an HLS, maybe as a demo. Who knows? It could be the HLS demo. I mean, somebody in chat mentioned that it could be for, maybe it's for Polaris 2. Who knows? I mean, right? Like, who knows? It could be.
I think a demo at least is definitely a safe bet, though.
That's what I was saying. I think it'll be a demo flight, not a crewed flight. I think there's a good chance they could send it to the moon. I don't think it'll have people on it.
But the amount of importance that test flight will have for the entirety of the program is unprecedented.
It can't be understated.
No.
I got Alex. Exactly. I got Alex agreeing with me in the back channel. So,
yeah. I have a question though.
What's up?
How long did Ship 26 live in comparison to every other Block 1 ship?
Nobody cares.
I don't.
Also, it was 9 successful water landing attempts, Amber, by the way. If you're still wondering, Amber, that's what it was. 9. Thank you, Alex. River Dave is asking, did anyone track the hot stage ring?
We didn't see it.
I think.
We kind of did.
So we did see it. We saw the booster and hot stage ring separate, and we actually saw the booster pass the hot stage ring. But
just like Kerbal,
Jason was tracking from the hotel.
Oh, nice.
So following it down for a while, and then once it got closer to the ground, the visibility did not allow tracking to continue.
Dang.
But we did our best as a team to have that coverage.
Yeah, good deal. Let's see.
Yeah, Jason's track missed just before it hit the water, but amazing track all the way down. Again, Das and Jason both on the roof of the Margaritaville Hotel. Stunning tracks.
Killed it. Speaking of, maybe we should take a look at that booster explosion. How about?
Yes.
I like explosions.
Cue it.
Kevin.
It's
right there. I see it on the program. There we go. Jesus.
Where's this?
Wait, what?
That is the size of the explosion compared to the tower.
Oh, okay.
There's no angle. This isn't a real picture.
I was so confused. I was like, that looks like the launch tower.
You too,
that can't be the launch tower.
And so honestly, I've always wondered, and I'm sure many others have wondered the same thing, of how big the boom would be, assuming the booster, if it for some reason had to abort super close to the ground, if it was going toward the tower, it had to say plow in the dunes or the flats.
Imagine if we were at the outpost and we saw that.
Dude.
Yeah,
at the pad.
Dude.
We talk about how it has so much less propellant at landing, so it would not be anything like a run on liftoff. But you see that, and there's a reason they still have to play it safe. They can't have something like that happening at the pad.
And mind you, we came 1 second from that on Flight 5.
Pretty crazy.
1 second.
So thank you to Jay. Yeah, pretty bonkies. Thank you to Jay to Shelter for making this. He always does cool
Jay.
overlays.
I have not seen that yet.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty. Can we watch the DOS track of the explosion? Is that a thing we can do? Because I like explosions. Kevin?
I know Kevin was working on some tech stuff with it, so...
Okie dokie.
Spoiler alert,
let's do some
DOS
more.
shoots very big video files, which I'm sure D can understand that these are large files when they're shot at super high quality, and Kevin needs better file storage management. I mean, what?
Yeah.
So for reference,
So
this launch, I'm at 5.5
Nice.
terabytes.
Terabytes.
Oh my-
not
just from this
gigabytes,
launch?
Terabytes. My old computer is 4
Yeah.
terabytes.
Get a better computer.
I've shot maybe like 50 gigs of photos.
Even that's a lot, though.
It is,
So
that is a lot of
after-
photos, but again, like... Go ahead, Kevin.
after every Starship launch, I have to clear my computer of files,
Same.
just like random files that were quickly downloading and trying to get on air. I have no space, and DOS gives me a 10 gigabyte file. I can't download
10
it.
whole
If anybody
gigs.
wants to compress it.
10.
Yeah, well, you know
Wow,
what? The files
10.
I normally use are like, a few megabytes.
Yeah, fair.
It's huge.
That's fair.
If you want, I can send you my 500 gig tracking shot of launch.
Yeah, I can send you my 80 gig slow-mo.
No, thanks. I'm good. Thanks.
Good deal. Gender Gaming, thanks for the support. They say, would you be able to see Starship orbiting the Earth with the naked eye, assumably just a dot? Is it possible to see detail with an amateur telescope? I feel like being able to see a Starship in orbit is going to be a lot like seeing the ISS in orbit. If you're at the right point on the surface of the Earth and the lighting is right, or the sun is hitting it and you're in shadow kind of thing, you will totally be able to see a Starship.
And Jack, if you remember in New Zealand...
Max, we were in New Zealand.
Jack, we were in New Zealand. Jack, remember when we were pulling up to our place in Mahia and you literally a photo of the ISS with your lens and you could actually see the detail in the solar panels?
Yeah, handheld 600 millimeter, like hip shot.
Yeah.
As it's going over, like
Literally.
no time to prep, no tripod, nothing.
And we were able to see all that detail, and by size comparison, Starship is not that much smaller.
Nope.
So I genuinely would not rule it out at all.
I expect it.
Yeah.
Can I just date myself again as old?
No.
Because you saw a shuttle while it was orbiting?
Actually, how'd you know where I was going with that?
Because you're you.
I saw all final 3 flights. I saw the orbiters, but I remember there was one Thanksgiving where I actually took my family out to go see it because the shuttle had just separated from the ISS, so there were the 2 dots. You had the ISS and you had shuttle, and they were both visible. Keep in mind, shuttle is a lot smaller, and the main light that you were getting off of the orbiter was just from those radiators that are on the payload bay doors. You're talking a giant stainless steel thing that's bigger than shuttle. So if the light is hitting it, I think it's going to be very obvious to see in the night sky.
It also depends if it's rolled the right way. Like if the heat shield is facing the ground, like that would be a lot more difficult to spot than if the vehicle was rolled 180 the other way.
I'd be interested, in knowing how high that water went, because it was higher than the booster.
Ooh, do it again.
Just the splash.
Ooh, do it again. Do it again, Kevin.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Kevin loves
do it
when I
again, do it again.
backseat drive what he's doing.
I'm sure he does.
He loves it. It's his favorite thing, right, Kevin?
We do too. We love bullying Kevin.
All my homies
Love
bully
you,
Kevin.
Jack.
Love you too, Kevin.
Love you, Kevin. Nope, yep, figured.
Love you, Kevin.
Wow, EJ and Sawyer don't love Kevin.
Love you too, D.
That is a lot of water.
Wow, holy crap.
Oh, you'll see how
We
much I
passed
love
the top of
Kevin
the
coming
booster.
up later. Don't worry.
Oh no. And then
I'm so ready for this.
Jeepers.
And then
Now you can see to the right of the explosion, you can see a piece of stainless steel
some
flying.
debris flying through the air. Really great shot from DOS.
Again,
I
track
can't
with
call
an
him
Xbox
John.
controller.
I just can't.
And this was DOS's
It
first
felt
full
weird.
track with this
Yeah,
setup,
watermark.
and DOS killed it. Shout out DOS.
Yeah, I can't wait till DOS gets some bigger glass on that
Ooh, a
thing.
Oh my god, or telescope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he needs to clean his sensor. Love you, DOS.
Yeah, that's what bothered me a lot. You may notice that it is slightly cropped in this video that we're watching.
It happens to us all.
It does.
Literally now every Starship launch, when I start sending my feed back to the control room, I'm like, do you see any spots? And Kevin will say yes, and I'll ask him like 3 more times until he wants to tear my head off, just because sensor spots aren't fun.
They're not.
What a cool
Now,
shot!
I also didn't really see flame in the same way that we saw it with Booster 12's.
Right, it wasn't
Out of the
belching
QD?
flame as it
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
down. Interesting.
And interestingly, we also did not see any pieces of the shine fly off.
Yeah, that's true.
Boom.
Until
And
right
then we
there.
saw the methane tank go
Until
boom.
right there. That might be a piece of the chine right there.
I think they have
Or
bigger
brick it.
problems at that point than a
Yeah.
chine.
Probably. Really quick. Jerwa says, can I please get a shout out to my wife who is watching for the first time? Also, EJ, please pronounce the Filipino word, and then the word is right there. You have to pronounce it. But also, hi, Jerwa's wife. Jerwa rules. Jerwa is always here. So thank you for
boy.
being his wife.
We
and thank
love
you for
Jerwa
tuning
here
in
at
for the first
NSF.
time.
And yes, thank you
This
for
is,
letting them
this is
watch.
what he spends his time doing all of these hours. So hi. Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out how that word's pronounced myself.
I have no clue.
Nipin.
I am not going to try.
Nippin?
Nipin?
Nipin.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say that's right.
It's Filipino.
clever.
Nipin.
Good job. Good job, EJ. Anonymous, grabbing a max print from the store. Thank you for that, Anonymous. They say, could we get an option to add tips to store orders rather than needing to separately go to tips.nasaspaceflight.com? Adrian? That's an Adrian question. But it sounds like a good idea. Bjorn, what a cool name. $5 tip. Thank you so much. They say, the cat is making my dog go crazy and bark at you all. I love that.
I didn't.
I'll let
wait
Jake
a minute.
know.
Wait a minute. I didn't cheat with that pronunciation. My dentist is Filipino. Okay.
Nice.
All right. That's how I knew that.
Sure.
All right.
I believe
Wait
you.
a minute.
I totally believe
Wait
you.
a minute.
Ian Goldsmith, wow, becoming a launch director. Ian, thank you so much. You have all of the perks. You get Discord access, you get the pre-show to the Flame Trench, you get the post-show to the Flame Trench, you get the members multi-view, you get the exclusive members-only content, you get the photos, you get the videos, the behind the scenes, and the thing, and the stuff. Thank you. That is an outstanding amount of support, and we can't...
Someone said that to Bald Eagle. I'm not sure. I
Really?
think it's an osprey. I'm
Oh,
not
that's beautiful.
certain one way or another.
That is beautiful, Dean. Oh, why'd you cut it? Why did you cut it and replace it with my garbage liftoff
I'm
shot?
sorry, how many times did you ask for that shot to be
There's the flap.
How many times?
There's the
Look at
flap
the flap.
wiggling.
Look at the flap. Look at the flap. It's wiggling. The
flap
it's wiggling. The aft one is doing it too. That's why it's shimmering like that through the dust. The skin on the flap itself is vibrating. How cool is that?
I just love watching the shockwaves. I think it's more pronounced here because of the light and the contrast against the
darker plume.
The light from the dark plume and all. Like just watching the shockwave propagate upwards is never like if there's any visual to really try to help anyone who's watching Starship for the first time understand just how much power is being controlled here. Like this is your visual. Like Starship, the V1 version of Starship is going to get bigger from here. Is already the largest and most powerful launch vehicle ever flown, and it's going to get bigger from here.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Crafty Geek.
Did you just have a short circuit, Jack?
Yep. Look at that. Look. Jack's okay for going a little wonky with the
can't see
support
it.
queue. Bring it up on the ticker. Bring it up on the ticker there.
We can't see it.
Yeah.
How about now? How about now?
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Now I see why.
$500 tip. $500 tip that's like 20 minutes old. Crafty Geek, I'm so sorry I didn't see this earlier. Wow. They say, towards the next rental or perhaps purchase of an Epic lens for awesome shots like that engine shot y'all have been raving about. How much did the rental cost, if you don't mind me asking? Amazing work. My
Thank you.
rentals cost like $900 all told. Max, what did your cost?
So I rented a Canon R5 alongside the 1200, so mine cost a little over $1,000. So not cheap.
Yeah.
Not cheap, unfortunately.
Yeah, I basically rented the exact same kit I did for 5 on 6.
Yeah.
And it was about
Same.
$900
Well,
bucks.
actually, that's not true. I had the 600 with the 2 times for Flight 5.
So yeah, this is not a cheap thing to do.
Dude, that's
especially
incredible.
if we want to sort of go above and beyond and like try for the Hail Mary kind of shots like Max did. Good job, Max. It's expensive, and that's why, part of the reason why we're so appreciative of people buying the prints specifically, because a portion of the sale goes directly to the photographer and directly helps us defray the cost of those rentals. So, Crafty Geek, dude, $500 is so much money. Thank you so much.
Like we often talk about just how lucky we are to be able to be here and to do this, but it genuinely would not be possible without every single person watching, everyone who's willing to support in this manner. And again, but you don't have any support does not have to be financial. It can be literally as simple as hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel and also following us on all of our socials.
If you watch us, you've heard us say these words many times. But the reason we say them is because it's true. It
sounds super cliche, but we have to say because it's absolutely true. And we feel like some of the luckiest people on the freaking planet to be able to do this. And that's all because of everyone who's watching. So thank you. Seriously.
Thank you all.
Yeah, I don't do rentals most of the time.
That's because you're smart.
But before Flight 5, I dropped about $2K on new gear just to have extra cameras, more stuff as remotes.
I think both of you are miking at the same time, and you might be giving EJ an aneurysm. Just heads up.
Dude, I can't understand you guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
The mic setup is a bit different going to EJ for low latency versus YouTube. All right, I'm gonna mute.
Imagine
me.
three jacks in your head, all about a half second apart from each other at the same time.
Dude, it's really difficult to understand you guys. I'm trying my best.
EJ, if you can hear me now, this would be coming through Max's mic. So can you hear me okay?
Oh.
No, I don't think you can.
No, you can't. Wow,
I'm actually not seeing my channel.
All right, that's enough live on air tech support.
Yes.
Sorry, EJ.
No,
love
it's
you.
all good. Guys. Don't worry about
Jerwa
it.
gifting 10 Red Team memberships. Thank you, Jerwa. Also, hi, Jerwa's wife. Jerwa, what's your wife's name?
Yeah.
Give her a name. Come on.
Yeah.
Where
saying
Ja?
hi, Jerwa's wife.
Miss Jerwa. Mrs. Jerwa.
Mrs. Jerwa.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Jerwa.
Mrs. Jerwa.
Jeremiah,
Ja?
thank you for the store purchase. They got a Max print and a D print. Nice.
Thank you.
They say, excellent photos, collecting ones from the flights I see in person. Thank you, Jeremiah. Patrick Lamberch, 10 euros. They say, amazing work of the whole team for Flight 6 coverage. Do you have tracking cams pointed to the heat shield side to know how it held up during launch? That would be like DOS's angle from the Margaritaville, right?
But it did not used to be that way, though. Like, starting in Flight 4...
It rolls different now.
So Flight 1 through 3, Starship, the entire stack, the heat shield itself rolled to the south. So anyone who was at either river lot, outpost, or anyone who was watching from Mexico had the heat shield side of the launch vehicle. From Flight 4, 5, and now 6, the entire vehicle is rolling 180 degrees the opposite direction in that the heat shield now faces South Padre Island. And us, who are fortunate enough to be at the river or the outpost or in Mexico, have the shiny side of the ship. So that would 100% be a DOS and now Jason question. But yes, you can see it from there. We saw it for Flight 5, and they actually have, they looked to hold up much better than previous flights, especially Flight 2.
That Kevin in chat says Herwa.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
Laugh.
That is
Pretty good. Also, I see Mrs. Wah.
Mrs. Herwa. I like that. Herwa.
Pretty good. Steve, again, thank you for the super chat there. They say, for the next moon landing, D will be director of photography, Max as camera operator, Jack as producer, and Alex as scriptwriter, since we need time to fill 240,000 miles.
I'm sorry, but what about us? What about the guys on the left side
Is
of the
that a
screen? What are
joke? Because
EJ
I think that's a plan, right?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, you might have to fight me for DP.
Jack, you're not allowed to take my job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. D might have to fight me for director of photography. That way I don't steal your job.
I'll let Kevin decide.
Can we have co-directors of photography?
No.
I don't think it matters.
Jack and I work very well together.
We do. But I'm better.
And even though you guys would be directors, but I honestly still wouldn't listen to you.
You never listen. I'm asking for some help to get a shot, and it's like, no, I want to do this. Not now. Don't film me.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine, EJ.
This is what I mean. Like there are times where I'm doing something, and boom, there's a lens in my face. Like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this.
All right, this is the flame trench, not the fight trench.
EJ,
Fight trench.
you and I will do our what was our knockoff version of the flame trench call we did that one time?
Combustion byproducts.
Yes, you and I will do the combustion byproducts then, since apparently we don't get titles.
Yeah, it's fine.
EJ can be the EJ in chief. And
Ooh.
Sawyer can be the master of cats.
I don't even get to
Nope.
be like
All right.
the George Diller, the Rob Navius, or any of those guys.
I don't know who either of those guys are.
Me either.
What?
Wait, you don't even know? They're some of the best NASA TAOs. Some of the voices at the launches and the voices during shuttle and EFT1 and all of that.
Was that the guy that said booster? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh no!
I'm kidding.
That was Daryl Nate.
I know who that is.
He is such a great guy.
He's an amazing human being, and now I feel bad.
We love you. Daryl, we love you. If you're watching, we love you.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
But you guys don't
Honestly,
know some of
Daryl
the
like that.
classics. Oh.
All right, we suck. We're awful. Moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. I'd rather be flying an X-wing.
Hey, Jack.
Thank you for. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, sorry. Talk about I'd rather be flying an X-wing first.
They say, so nice seeing my balcony Muppets back together. Ninja, Decimator, pew, pew, pew. Thank you for the support. Kevin is late on the pew, pew, but that's fine. Anti-bullying KMR fun, he makes the pew sounds, and he's God. But he didn't do it.
He didn't do it this time. He failed.
He blew it.
So bullying ensues.
You blew
Sorry.
it. Richard got a max print.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, Richard. They say Methane Man likes this print. All right, Kevin, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, you guys were talking about how expensive it is in the field to rent lots of lenses and stuff, and some amazing photography come out of this flight. So I just really quickly want to share some of the metal prints, and maybe you guys can talk about these a little bit. Because
you big sweetie.
For every single print that is bought, the photographer gets a little cut of the sale, and that helps pay for all of these rentals that everybody's doing, and in Dee's case, all of these purchases that are happening. So, like, the photography was just so brilliant this time, and everybody on the put their hearts into this. So if you really want to thank the photographers, this is one of the best ways. You can get metal prints, you can get framed prints, but like what? Like, what is this? Like, what?
Yeah. Max cooked.
Dude,
Max
guys
cooked
amazing.
full course
You guys-
meals.
I'm still geeking over this shot, honestly. Like I still like it. It still tickles me.
It's like the kind of thing you'd expect to see on the cover of like a propulsion engineering textbook or something.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be cool?
But yeah, I mean, do we want to just like go through? We can talk about each one. D, go. What's this first
I
one?
think that would be really cool. What goes
Why do
into
they
this?
say IFT? Why?
Are we going back to that conversation?
Why do they
or can
say
I talk about
IFT?
the print?
No.
Why?
All right, so this one was a shot with my 150 to 600 on an 80D from a unique location that we got this time. And, I was framed a little bit wider than this. You can see I was going for booster catch. That was the reason for that framing, as a lot of us were. So I was incredibly happy. I did an edit of this photo at its original size, and then Max was like, you need to crop in.
Crop in like a lot.
You need to crop in. And this actually is not that much of a crop, but it is great advice. This is the shot that in the wider version, you can see the cable whipping around that I was talking about previously. And I picked up that camera at what, like 9:30, 10 p.m.?
Yeah, I drove you out to South because your car
Yeah.
sucks. And am I wrong?
It did pretty well going to South the other times.
But then you were like, Jack, will you please drive me to South?
Yeah, I was.
So
Yeah, thank you.
you're welcome. But you were very happy. You were extremely happy, rightfully so. It's a beautiful image.
There's hardly a feeling as satisfactory as coming back to your camera after a launch and seeing it work out.
Yep. So this one is for me. Same kind of deal as you were saying, Max. I used footage and stuff from the last launch and basically guessed up in the air somewhere. You know, the tower is below this framing, so I'm pointed like up in the air. And yeah, I'm super happy with it. It's not as sharp and clean as yours, but that's because I used a garbage lens for it. So one of the things I'm going to do different next time is I'm going to rent an additional lens just to repeat this shot and make it even better.
What body was this shot on? Do you
5D
remember?
Mark III. With a Canon 75 to 300.
I would recommend probably the Sigma 100 to 400 or the Canon EF 100 to 400.
I was either going to get a prime or I was just going to use a new 150 to 6 because the 150 to 6 is like if you get a new one, that's a good copy.
Yeah.
Which I rented one of those for this flight and one of them for the last one. I'll get 2 next time because I already own one, but that is one of the most used lenses for remotes for me, anyways. Is the 150 to 6. It's like the GOAT.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna get a better lens on that one, but I'm really happy with that image.
This one is like.
Go.
Yeah, so this is another one at that same location that I can't remember what lens I have on my body.
Bapshago is asking, how do you trigger these shots?
Yeah, so with stills, you can use a device called a Myops, which has a whole bunch of different modes for connecting to your camera and triggering it. There are things like lightning modes, but the one that we use most is the sound mode. So you set a sound level, and at that level, it will trigger your camera. Things get more complicated when it comes to video because you can't have it triggering after ignition. So it's like you need something timer, you need remote access. So the infrastructure NSF has built up made that incredibly useful for triggering my video that I had at South just a few minutes before launch.
Yeah, my slow-mo would not have worked without the NSF infrastructure behind it.
Yeah, I think this was my 18 to 35. I don't know how I am not sure about that.
Was this also shot on the 80D?
Also on an 80D.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a great camera.
I like the 80D.
Oh my gosh.
They are rather affordable, honestly, and I prefer the 2.5mm connection over the other type of remote connection.
Every time I plug in one of those weird three-prong things, it gives me like anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bend a pin.
So Kevin, if you can go up, one of my favorite things about this sort of shot and the other one earlier is the shadow of the chopsticks on the booster. It almost looks transparent.
It looks like you're looking through the booster and you can see the other. But it's not. It's the shadow. It's amazing. It's a really cool shot.
Yeah,
it's lined up so perfectly.
A somewhat hard light, a somewhat harsh light off to the side like that. With this angle, we've got a shadowed side and a lit side, whereas with the morning launches, it was like pretty much all the shadowed side. Like this really added to the drama, and so I was very, very happy.
As I would be. In fact, as I am. I have a shot from a camera at that same spot with similar framing, and I'm very pleased with it. So you should be very pleased with that. It's a beautiful image.
Thank you.
Max, this is hot garbage. I can't believe you didn't do better, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
Like,
I'll try better. I'll try better next time.
This is just hot garbage, dude. What's wrong with you?
I know. I don't know why I even put it in the store. It's like just not even worth it.
All right, next one. No, I'm kidding. Well, we did talk about how you accomplished that image.
We did.
This one, is this a Mary shot?
That's me.
you. That's the.
Oh, that's a you shot.
That is from the outpost with my tracking camera. Yeah, not too much to say about it with my 400 with the crop factor. That was the first thing I had ready to share, stills-wise.
Ryan is yelling at me for saying I like the ADD, but I do.
It's literally, I would genuinely argue, it is the best, the single best remote camera that Canon makes.
If I had to go through, I could list the T7, the T6, the SL1, the 7Ds. I think I've had 3, 4, 5 of those, and I have so many of those have died.
Whose shot is this?
I think that's Tyler Gray's.
Our own nice.
Tyler Gray.
Tyler Cooks. Yeah, that is Tyler's. Nice.
But I've gone through so many, but the ADD does pretty well. It's an older camera, but it holds up.
This one's also.
There's another one from you, Max.
Oh my gosh.
Good job.
Like this is why I wanted the 1200.
Yep.
Is because this light and when the rocket as a whole flew above a majority of the haze, you get this incredible clarity.
So crisp.
And this isn't even that zoomed in either, or cropped in, I should say. Like this is exactly what I was going for, and it worked out.
Good stuff, man. Really just fantastic work. Good stuff.
Crisp.
Another max shot.
And then, as we've talked about it a bit now, like not here, but in prior context and also on social media.
I should have stayed put.
I wish you did.
I wish I did too.
I wish you did.
I wish I did too.
You could have.
I should have.
SpaceX flew their own private 737 aircraft that took off from Bronzeville to do a quick flyby the pad, and we just so happened to be there
Cool shot.
in different spots to catch you coming by, and I just happened to be.
It kind of, like, I'm like, oh, I don't know. It kind of makes me like slightly uneasy to look at. I don't know.
I had a good angle,
I know.
but I should have been wider on my tracking. But I had my 400 set up. I should have been. If I had a 300, that might have been the way to go. But even if I had
one
been
of
a
the
200.
one of the Isaacman flyovers from on a previous flight, I had the 600 prime on me, and that's it. And it was not like I did not get anything I was really happy with. It was just too tight.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because that lens is like the most goated lens ever.
That detail,
cool
texture.
I know.
And then another max shot with the moon, and then a D shot with the stack.
I mean, this shot's pretty self-explanatory. This was okay. You're not talking about it. It's fine.
Yeah, we talked about this last week.
We did.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
So not to overdo it too much, but I chimed mine with the flash of the light. Max, are those people up there?
There are people on top of the tower.
We talked about it last week.
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week.
It has.
We've been here over a week already.
But yeah, honestly, like the number one thing you can do, like monetary things aside, that is like a compliment to a photographer is that like you like their work enough that you want it on your wall.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't a monetary thing where we got like a cut of each print sale, I think we would all still feel exactly the same about when someone buys our prints. It's really an honor, and we appreciate y'all for doing so. Holy cannoli, Miss Daisy with a $250 tip.
Oh my God.
Holy crap.
Miss Daisy, thank you. They say, thanks for all you do. Great shots and endless entertainment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Daisy. We appreciate you. Sapphire262 becoming a PadRat member. Thank you so much. Telstar86 gifting a Red Team membership. Flawed Perspective with a $10 super. They say, what we need is a metal print of Starship launch with spaces for patches for Block 1 and then more for Block X.
Ooh.
I've been joking with Adrian, like, what do we do once like tanker flights are flying or like Starlink flights are flying? Like, we're gonna need to have a single patch that stays the same, but it's got like two little Velcro spots on it, and you can just like swap out the numbers. Like Tanker 72. Like, oh yeah, I love my Tanker 72 patch.
I like that idea.
There's
I
a lot
really
more,
like that idea.
There's a lot more to unpack and brainstorm there.
Fair. Ian Goldsmith, thank you also for the $10 super in addition to becoming a flight engineer. They say, how explosive do you think the workforce hiring for SpaceX will look like?
Very.
Fairly, yeah. I really do think 2025 is going to be the year of acceleration for Starship.
As if they haven't been accelerating already.
But yeah, I think it's going to be even more
like exponentially so.
Yes. Nelson got a max print. They say, keep up the great work, guys. Thanks. Christopher. I almost called him Christoph. Christopher got a max print. They say, I have to add this to my collection. 21st metal print?
Holy crap.
Where do you put them all?
Wow. Yeah, what? You have that kind of wall space? Holy crap, I'm
That's
jealous.
amazing. Russell got a max print, a D print, and a D print, and a me print. They got 4 prints. Russell.
Wow.
Is that Mr. Snodgrass himself? Thank you, Russell. That's truly humbling. And Patrick Lamberch, again, they say, D, Jack, or Max? Did you concentrate on stills or video only, or did you do both? If so, what was your setup? I do both. Max, what's your setup?
I try to primarily focus on stills. That is just my bread and butter. That's what I know I am capable of delivering, at least quality-wise. I would like to dive into more video in the future, and I already do, of course, with back home with the Starlink missions, commercial missions, crew missions. But for missions as important as these early Starship flights, I really try to nail home the importance of still photography, especially when we have already multiple people on the team already getting a bunch of footage. So I primarily focus on stills most of the time.
E?
Video. That's my focus. With stills, it's like, okay, I'll set the stills remotes, but really, I focus on video.
Isn't that amusing? You're like video person, you're photo person, and I'm like, I'll do both. Like we each We're all different.
You're
in
a
our-
hybrid.
in
Like
our-
I do both. I love stills, but I need to be able to focus entirely on one thing. It's like I can focus on my video. I can do that, and so even like editing the BTS videos, like I was taking breaks and editing photos in between. It's like no, I need to focus.
I feel literally the exact same way, just vice versa. Maybe that's why
I was
we
just
work so well
about
together.
to mention the
Michael Reed,
behind-the-scenes video. I think that is something that is awesome that D is creating on these flights.
I'm so thankful for it.
And your edits and the music that you choose are just beautiful. So thank you for that, D.
Of course, and that's that video is a very small part of what I shot.
You always say that. You always say that. When are you going to do an extended cut? Never, because you're very busy, and I appreciate that you work very hard. But when are you going to do an extended cut?
Would you like to tell
Where's my
everybody
bacon?
how long it was before you cut it down?
An hour or something? Yeah.
No, it was longer than an hour. I think it was at 2 hours at one point.
Oh my God!
EJ, would you watch a 2-hour version of that cut?
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, I thought that was really good. You know, and the fact that we threw a little bit of it in on the stream was clutch. I thought that was super cool.
Yeah. Eventually, TM.
Thanks.
There is a plan.
Oh, Jake's watching.
Yeah.
Hi, Jake.
He's literally laying half on me, half on the desk, and
Also
watching
leaks.
as we work.
Yeah.
Ms. Daisy, say, I'll buy a print next. I need to negotiate with Max on one of his shots. He didn't add it to the store.
What?
With a 1999 super chat.
So if you have me on X, DM me which picture you were talking about. I will 100% hook you up.
Everybody DM Max pictures of spiders. Wait, no, that's somebody else.
Yes.
No. That's. Do we say his name?
No.
Okay.
Let's be nice.
Like spiders. No. Spiders don't bother me. It's somebody else that they bother a lot.
I think I already mentioned it earlier this stream.
Did you? Oh well.
Wow. Somebody, without even putting their name in, did a $100 tip.
Oh my God!
Holy cow, man! They said KMR hard drive upgrade fund. Well, hopefully he can get some solid state drives, and it's not a hard drive. Thank you so much. That is outstanding. I don't even have a name to say. Blank name box. Thank you. JC Davis with a $5 super. They say Sparky flew. We'll be back in Starbase for ship catch. It's gonna be so great. I can't wait for ship catch.
Dude, that's gonna be out of this world, literally.
By the way,
I don't even know.
no one pointing out the fact that Sparky, after Sparky and everything on the pad, was super Sparky on reentry. I mean, I don't know if that was the aluminum tiles that they were testing, if that was the lack of tiles in certain spots, but it was even sparkier on the way down than it was at Massey's when it did that little spark there.
Well, I feel like just with how rough some of the heat shield tiles have been installed on a lot of the ships at this point, those sparks that we see coming off are just the rough edges and maybe the excess adhesives that like propagate or squish through the gaps. Like all of that burns off. All the rough edges burn off. I think that's what a lot of those sparks that we see are. And in Scott Manley's video actually pointed out a large chunk of a large chunk of debris broke off and actually struck the leading edge of one of the tail flaps. So it actually left a pretty good mark. I don't know if that was an entire tile or if that was some other debris or ice or something, but it actually hit hard enough to leave a pretty good mark, and it's visible down for the rest of the flight. So, they all spark.
No!
Look at those. Wait, what?
I'm scared.
Yeah, me too.
I know what's happening in this area.
Oh, we should unmute the server thing.
Can we just honestly say though that color gradient in between Megabase?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
The sunset, it's beautiful. The one bright side of this view.
You know.
What do you mean? The bright side of this view is Ship 26 going away. It's great.
Thank God.
Stop it, Sawyer. Stop it.
I will not stop.
You wore black for the occasion. I appreciate you wearing black and showing your true love of Ship 26 here.
It's because I'm 30 years old and I hate folding laundry, okay?
EJ's clearly the only one who doesn't like the Ship 26.
Why? It's
No.
just a tube.
He didn't.
What's there to like? It's just a tube. I don't get it.
Thank you.
Every
It
rocket
is
just a
static
tube.
fired.
I feel like
it's
this
static
didn't understand that at all.
perfectly of the Ship 26 fan club versus the Ship 26 haters here.
Yes, yes, we have Jack as
No,
part of the Ship
Kevin,
26
move me over.
fan club.
No,
Kevin,
Kevin,
move me
don't.
over.
We have the
No,
Ship
move me
26
over.
fan club over
I need
here.
to be
Wait.
on the other side.
Also, we need to get Kevin over here because this isn't a balanced group. We have way more lovers of Ship 26 here.
Also, Leica hates Ship 26 too, so she's on my side.
How
So
do
we,
you know?
so we
This is
outnumber you.
How could you
I've
possibly
never heard
know?
her say that.
Of course I know that. I show Leica a picture of Ship 26 and she just starts growling.
Yeah.
Yeah, go, yeah.
Anti-26.
Let's do this.
Yeah, all right, cool. Sweet.
I mean, do we want to talk about it like at length? Do you want to be all sad about it and stuff? Go.
No.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Honestly, no.
I think we have something that Sawyer made. I think. I don't know if that's this is the point for that.
Is it queued up?
I don't know. Sawyer?
I think it's ready.
Tell us.
I think it's time.
I was
Oh,
I
no,
was
we're doing
asked to
this?
do this by a certain Kevin Michael Reed, and I obliged. Just
Make sure you have the
because.
server unmuted.
I'm nervous.
I have not seen it.
I'm
nervous.
Wait, and
we go.
make sure you can hear it too, and you'll see why.
Stand by.
Yeah, Kevin, make sure everyone on air can hear it. Because I don't hear it in Discord.
I do not hear it.
I also don't hear it.
Probably for the better.
Oh, the stream is muted locally. Hey, that's my shot.
It is.
Wait, no, it's probably danger. It's private vein. Really? Is this AI generated music, Kevin?
Oh, Ship 26, all thinking true. The stars did cry, they saw us through. History's whispered in the night. We'll never see our shining fight. Our hero
I hate it.
without a fight.
I hate everything about it.
Max.
Please make it stop.
Unchased and broken dreams, we find our place. You're still in mind.
Kevin.
Took apart, yet in our minds, you're still the heart.
Kevin, please.
Gone, your memories of what could be, still riding seas. Oh, Ship 26, our beacon true. The stars did cry, they saw us through. History's whispered in the night. We'll never see a shining fight. Oh, Ship 26, our beacon true. The stars did cry, they saw us through. History's whispered in the night. We'll never see a shining fight. Engines roared down at Pad B, dust and dreams.
It
where
keeps
we could
going.
see. Test ship that never broke through, chase our cosmic rendezvous. My seas echo your loud cry, reaching up to silence.
4.5 minutes.
Grounded here, your plans were grand. Moonlit dreams slip through our hands. Forgotten rockets still hold space in our minds. We see your grace on the moon. We wished you'd stand, burning bright across the land. Metal frame that couldn't soar, left our hearts craving for more. Silent starship forged by man, Whispers of that old desire, horizons bled with dreams so true, but fate held tethered. What's to do?
It's a long one. Oh wait, there's more.
Metal frame couldn't soar, left our hearts craving for more. Silent starship forged by man, lost in time, it's where we stand.
No, that's the end.
Well.
Ship 26.
Oh my gosh, it's Kevin.
We are forever.
Wow. Thank you for that, Kevin. And by thank you, I mean don't you ever dare mute me again so that you can bask in your Ship 26 shenanigans.
I think we needed to get an orchestra to make that.
I think it needs to be played in a dragon in space with a violin.
I would like to apologize
No?
in advance, or now not in advance anymore. I'd like to apologize for doing that.
You are not sorry at all, Sawyer.
I'm
I know
very
you.
sorry.
Well, I don't even. What do we even follow that with?
When you get
It
a
lasted
special
so
message
long.
1 hour before we're supposed to be on going, what you doing, Sawyer? It's like, oh God, what do you need?
I feel like I've aged 20 years. Austin, grabbing a Jack print and a Max print. Yay! Thank you, Austin. They say so happy to see IFT merch. It's not.
Yes!
It's not IFT. Already have the patch on the way and some Christmas merch. Happy kayaking. Also, happy Ship 26 is getting what it deserves.
Yes! Oh, come on!
No.
Yes! This is not called for.
Kevin, you need to join us here, I think.
The best part is they bought 2 prints, so I get to show it on screen again.
But whose prints were they?
Mine and yours.
Oh.
Actually, no. It was yours and a T-shirt.
So you have no say.
Christopher got a Max print. Max is just cleaning up as usual. That's why they call him Mr. Clean.
Wow, smooth.
Anthony.
Smooth.
Anthony, Gomi?
Gomi?
Did Gomi buy a print? He bought one of my prints. If that is indeed Gomi, I bet it's Gomi. Thank you, Anthony. We love the Rocket Ranch and we love you. You're the biggest sweetie ever. I can't wait for ham dinner later. Oh wait, I just leaked that. Sapphire262, thank you for the super chat there. 10 curly L's. They say, I'm curious how many and what sort of demo and test missions for HLS you think there will be before Artemis 3, other than just the uncrewed landing that's contracted right now.
Ooh.
Also, great photos.
Is it over? Is the Ship 26 thing done? I just got
landing.
back. Sorry, I had to
Yeah,
run
no,
away.
it's done. Thank God it's over.
Oh, good.
Or Polaris. Like, Polaris is going to
Ship
happen
26
before.
is forever.
Yeah, no, I think
I
we're
assume
past
there will
that
be a
now.
lot more, but
What do you think, Max? How many and what sort of demo and test missions for HLS do you think there will be before Artemis 3?
Well, they have to do orbital refilling. That's one. Polaris crew test, because Polaris is going to be the first crewed flight of Starship, so that's 2.
I don't think that has to happen before HLS, though. Or before Artemis 3.
I think it does.
No
I
way.
think it's going to be first crewed.
I mean, it has to be.
But
It's because they're
crewed at
launching on
liftoff.
it. They're launching on it,
good
is the
point.
difference. I think there will be humans in a Starship in space before Jared launches on one. And it might very well be Jared in the Starship in space before launching on one.
They may honestly do separate flights to make sure that Starship can successfully perform a TLI and a return to Earth burn without landing. So maybe that's one or two more.
Right.
Hopefully not many, because obviously the less flights.
What number are you at? You're holding your pinky, so is that 4
That's
5?
probably 4. So.
EJ, what do you think, my duder? How many and what sort of demo and test missions for HLS do you think there will be before Artemis 3?
Probably on-orbit test. I think Polaris 2 is going to test the airlock systems and possibly even SpaceX's in-house EVA suits, and by having a Dragon go to it. So that's one. Then the uncrewed demo, and then the crew landing. So I guess 3. I mean, probably is going to be more with how much SpaceX wants to ramp.
Yep, that's fair. Sawyer, any thoughts?
What was the question? Sorry, I'm fielding the hate from the Ship 26 video.
How many and what sort of demo and test missions for HLS do you think there will be before Artemis 3, other than just the uncrewed landing that's contracted right now?
Well, I mean, we're absolutely going to need the tanker tests. That's huge. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a test to at least just get one out there. Definitely an uncrewed landing test. I guess Artemis 2 is probably the closest we'll get to an Apollo style, like Apollo 10 type deal, even though it's more like Apollo 8. I think we at least expect 4 or 5, although then again, depending on how many launches it'll take for the tanking, that could be a lot too.
Good question, man. That's a good one. Wilbo Baggins. Thanks, Wilbo, so much. $50 tip to tips.nasaspaceflight.com. Thanks, Wilbo, for this support and all the support throughout the years. Also, Bideford with a $50 tip.
Oh my god.
Tips.nasaspaceflight.com. Y'all are the best. Rest assured, we are very much looking forward to Flight 7, and y'all's support is definitely going to help with everything at NSF, but also all the print sales. Thank you, because Max and I spent a bunch on rentals. And D bought a bunch of stuff.
Although that's for EJ and I. We're
Launchpad.
taking that and we're going out and getting margaritas at the Margaritaville Hotel, since we're obviously both in Starbase too.
Yeah. That's where I am. That's how you can tell.
I'm just gonna lay on the table, and you can both just pour margaritas into my mouth.
Okay, hold on, though. Real
not
talk.
for you.
EJ.
No, you don't get the drink.
EJ.
Sorry, no drink for you, Jack. That's for EJ and I. We get the drinks from Bideford's money.
Jack, you will not have the drink.
Real talk, though.
You will.
EJ,
yes.
when are you coming to Starbase for a flight?
Twitch chat is making me go to Flight 7. I don't have a choice.
You have to.
You have to.
Yeah, that's happening.
Good. All right. Well, what are you gonna where are you gonna stay? What are you gonna do? What do you want to see? Can we go off-roading on the beach? Bring a four-wheel drive vehicle down.
I don't have any four-wheel drive vehicles. I have to make one.
Make one.
Just add some chains.
Yeah.
No. I'll build one. It's good.
Okay.
But,
cool.
I'm serious though. I would really love to go wheeling with you if you come down here.
EJ,
Oh, dude,
make sure that it has a hitch on the back so I can ride along in the sand with you too. Because if we're going off-roading, I'm joining.
Bro, all my trucks have long boxes, Sawyer. We'll just ratchet strap you into the bed, dude. We're good.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah,
Let's go.
brother. Let's do it.
I'm in, dude. Let's go.
I think EJ, when you get here, somebody remind me to record a video of you seeing my Land Rover for the first time, because I don't know what the reaction is going to be, but I suspect there will be a significant reaction once you really see it in the flesh, or should I say, in the rust.
It's just going to be, oh.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I probably shouldn't say this on the internet, because once I say it, now I have to do it. Twitch chat did call me out driving my 65-year-old truck all the way to Texas for Flight 7 and streaming all of that.
You should.
You should.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I think it's
but
a
also,
great
they
idea.
did call me
Great
out,
idea.
so I kind
Either you make it or you have a great story to tell. There's no in between.
Yeah, I've done long road trips with old trucks like this before. It's either, make it a great story to tell. It's been one of each. So,
And it was even live streamed, by the way, on his Twitch, which that was admittedly an epic live stream.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Pretty graphics too. It was pretty cool. Those who haven't seen, EJ does awesome stuff on Twitch too.
Follow EJ on Twitch. What do you say for Twitch? Is it a follower? Is it a Twitcher? Go
You can
go
follow
itch on Twitch.
So a follower on Twitch is a subscriber on YouTube. A member on YouTube is a subscriber on Twitch. I don't know.
Okay.
Yep, subscribing is
The
free on
Launchpad.
YouTube. Subscribing is not free on Twitch. But you
That's
can
right.
follow someone for free on Twitch.
Yep. They say don't
You
call
have
us
to call
Twitchers,
him
Jack.
Ray. You can call him Jay. But don't call. Okay. The Launchpad, thank you for the $2. They say, so good. Rip Chip 26. Russell Snodgrass, I think again. Is this Russell again? Max Print, Jack Print. Thank you so much, Russell. They say, so much good stuff. Wish there was a Ship 26 print. Nah. You don't need that.
We do.
You don't need that.
We need one.
I can't believe I didn't make that happen.
You're a failure.
Time.
You're just
Actually,
a failure.
You could have.
Hold up real quick. Hold up. Kevin, can you go back to the picture of the high base? Can we do that? Can we go back to the picture of the high base? All right. Now, can you zoom in on this picture? You know, enhance.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Can you zoom in like center shot, bottom of the mid third?
Oh, no.
I like
Zoom
where this
73
is going.
to 42. Enhance.
We don't have indicators right now.
Oh.
Track left. Enhance.
Well, there's.
Can you do the digital zoom, Kevin?
There's
Zoom 24 to 87.
there's a red truck. There's
Stop.
a red truck down there, and that's that's the same model as one of the trucks I drove across the country. It's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's that red truck. That's not the 65-year-old one, but yeah, the good story is that a wheel came off when I was driving down the road. So that was fun. It was in a
I heard about that.
yeah, it was in a truck like that.
We were driving at the same time you lost a wheel, right?
No, that was the other time. This time, the last one we lost the brakes, and I fixed them in a.
Okay. Brakes don't matter as
It's
much.
probably not that
You can
important.
still roll without brakes. You can't roll without
Just
a
like
wheel.
roll
fixed
down the
the
window
brakes.
and like hold your shirt out like a parachute.
Yeah,
Or use your feet through the floor like the Flintstones.
Hey, these trucks don't have any rust on them. They were from California. And the second part of that is I don't want to do that. I'll just fix the brakes. I fixed them in a parking lot. You know.
Nice.
So
I got
that's
the best
good.
solution
Well, I'm
for
super
getting down to Flight 7. It's called an airplane. I don't know if you've heard about these metal tubes that fly in the sky that'll take you places in a couple hours. It's phenomenal.
Like Starship.
But then we can't go wheeling.
Hey, I can still go wheeling. I'm always wheeling, Jack.
Yeah. So you're saying we got to make
wanna
you an
go-
off-road wheelchair? Is that what we're
Yes.
saying?
I mean, I'm in.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'll do that.
I'm down for it, EJ.
You wanted to make a four-wheel drive vehicle. It can be that.
Sawyer, I will build that. I'm not even kidding.
I feel like
That'd be
it
awesome.
should have caterpillar treads. It shouldn't have wheels. It should have caterpillar treads. In which case, is it a cat chair?
It's a miniature tank.
If you build it, I will ride it. Saying it right now on air.
Can I have
will
a
make
Can I have a
promise to
large?
that.
Can I have a large gun with a turret on it?
Oh wow.
I don't think Border Patrol would like that.
Probably not.
Turtle Sanctuary, thank you for the super chat. They say, who didn't cry when they shot Old Yeller Ship 26? I cried my eyes out. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a
Willow Baggins,
tube.
thank you for the...
It's a tube. He was a man. He had a beard. What? Sorry.
Willow Baggins, thank you for the 10 curly L's. They say, do you even know what you give us? Hopefully entertainment?
And knowledge, hopefully.
Kevin
Maybe a little
tagged
bit of
me in the
joy?
tweet. No.
Astro95 Media, what's up, buddy? They say, wonderful seeing you gents this week. Grateful for all your help. It was one for the books. Keep up the awesome work. See you in 2025.
Sawyer, you're able to untag yourself from other people's things. Do it quick, just the 3 dots, and you should be able to untag yourself.
Just scoping on that 97 F350 right there. That's pretty good. It's a nice truck.
Pretty nice right there, yep.
It's a pretty nice truck there, boy. I tell you what.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Don't get stabbed by any palmetto
bugs. Palmettos.
Yeah, don't do that. Todd Harris, thank you for the support. They say, so with ditching 13 into the ocean, what do y'all think are the chances of a reflight with 12? Also, thank God 26 is gone. I think 12 probably won't refly. I think 13 had a real shot at it for whatever reason.
I think it has zero shot of it now.
Why not 12?
I don't know, maybe.
Why not 12?
It's possible. Well, they're asking, what do you think the chances are, Max?
Not 0.
Great answer.
I would agree that they're not 0, but I would also think they're low single digits at best.
But still not 0. So you're
Like,
telling me there's a chance.
I think they're going to be you dissecting for data as much as they can. They have a good look at, like, they can look at the stainless steel. They can look all around the engine section. It's intact. They can try refiring all the engines, all that stuff that they can do. That's a huge amount of data that's potentially worth more than reflying this first ever caught booster.
Yeah. What do you think, EJ? chances are they've refly 12?
Maybe once. Maybe once. I mean,
can you imagine if they actually do and they catch it again?
Well, dude, you cast your mind back to like the first Falcon 9s. The first Falcon 9s that were reused, were not Block 5s, right? It was like a 1 year turnaround. It was like a Falcon 9 1.1 full thrust Block 2 plus, prime whatever. And those things had to be like they actually cleaned them all off. Like nowadays Block 5 is just covered in soot. They don't care. You couldn't even tell that it was reused, right? You didn't even know because they went over that thing like, crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's, right? So who's to say they wouldn't do that with 12, right? Just fix everything on it and figure out what you would need to turn the booster around right now. That would help. That would give SpaceX basically pretty good valuable information on turning around boosters right now that could lead to better operations later, just like it did with Falcon 9, right? So I think it's feasible. I think they'll reuse it probably once, maybe twice, but probably once. Because just like the early Falcon 9s, they only reused they reused those once, and then they ended up expending all of them. Even the Block 4s, which were pretty gosh darn reusable, they expended all of those because they were taking up space because they needed more space for Block 5s. They didn't have enough hangars, so. Yeah, I think reuse is gonna get reused once. My money's on once, just once.
All right. Sawyer, what do you think?
Yeah.
If we're talking 12 specifically, right?
Yep.
Let's see. I'm gonna say slim to none, and what's that? Oh, Slim just left the building.
Wow, you're gonna do me like that? Well, jeez, man.
I'm saying there's a 0 chance. Maybe parts of it, but the whole thing. No way.
Feels like we should be activating fight mode. Where's the ding ding?
I was just not expecting to be trampled on like this. Jeez, man.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
It's an older version at this point. We already saw it happen to 13. Why would they refly it again? They've got the data. Like Dee said, you get more. They're going to get the data from dissecting it. As in taking it apart, looking at the parts. You're not going to then go ahead and put that all back together. Maybe the next one that catch, they fly again. But Booster 12?
I think there's a very low chance. I think there's a very low chance, to be clear. But I do think, but if they have the engines, they've got the steel in place, what's the harm in it? Like, they just need to test a ship. They want to test a ship re-entry. Who knows?
If they catch 14,
use that thing again.
If they catch 14, I could see that flying again. 12, nah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
All right. We have sufficiently divided ourselves. EJ,
yeah, I'm feeling really gutted right now, like Ship 26.
Hey, jokes.
Untoken.
You can't laugh at that.
I just did.
It's not funny.
It is funny.
It's morning.
Not anymore.
It's funny. It's not funny. We're morning. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Oh dear.
Bama Nidally, thank you for $200 tip. Holy cow. $200 tip. They say you guys and gals are appreciated. You might just be having fun, but I think what you're doing is awesome. Stop reading online now. Please remember that you need to return to basics for some explanations because not everyone is backfilled. Also, not everyone is donation savvy. I'm slightly confused by that last part, but
yeah.
But thank you for the kind words, and thank you for the $200.
All right, so I think I can help you. The cameras that they were using went click, and when they went click, they got an image on the sensor inside. And for the video, it was about 120 pictures taken every second. I think that's what it means. How's that? Good?
Yeah. EJ, you said you got us? What do you got?
I'm sorry?
You were going to say something, and then Sawyer talked, and then I was going to wonder what you were going to say.
No, I'm good. I'm just laughing at chat.
What's chat doing?
Milk that for all it's worth. Oh, I will.
Seriously, Bama, thank you so much. That's very generous of you. We'll try and be more concise and clear with our explanations and not to use too much jargon.
That might have been camera discussion.
It was probably camera stuff.
I'll explain more I was saying the millimeters of the lens is that's how close it zooms in. Like if it's a 24 millimeter lens, that's a really wide shot. If it's a 400, you're looking at like a pinhead pretty far away.
Yeah, like looking through a straw.
Yeah. And the F number is basically how much light they let in. So how bright they are.
Dan, quiet on the set, Dan. Why
Dang it,
didn't you have
Dan.
your cell phone muted, Dan?
This place is a prison,
Oh,
Dan.
that's
God dang it, Bobby.
Boy ain't right. JC Davis, thank you for the $5 super chat. Dan's so mad I got to yell at him on air. What flight will be the first successful ship catch and which for the transfer test?
Ooh.
First, I'm going to go first because I'm me and I get to. Bye, Dan. Be sure to mute your phone when you come back. Love you. Love you. Airlock. The bugs are getting in.
Airlock.
Come on, man. You know the rules. All right. Okay, first successful ship catch. I'm going to say Flight 8.
I would concur with that, honestly.
Successful ship catch.
Flight 8, baby.
Do you think...
Get in, loser. We're going to Mars.
Yeah.
From orbit.
From orbit.
Yeah.
So here's the consideration. That would mean next flight is both. So, hold on. Do you think they will go to orbit and the first ship to go to orbit will also be caught?
Probably not.
No.
Okay. Do you think next flight will be in orbit?
Yes.
Okay. I was not going to go for 8.
I was going to say sooner than we think.
Not going for 8.
But you know what? I'm feeling kind of wild tonight. I think Flight 8.
Everybody watch out. Max is feeling kind of wild tonight.
Feeling kind of wild tonight. No, Jack, seriously, I would say Flight 8 or Flight 9.
I was going 10.
The sooner that they can catch it, the better. I'm not sure about if they'll reuse it, if they'll reuse the ship they catch. But, yeah, Flight 8 or Flight 9.
EJ, what do you think, buddy?
I think 8.
When first successful ship catch?
Yeah, flight 8. It's gonna happen for Flight 8. I mean,
let's go.
Yeah, I really think there's enough information here. I mean, Kevin, do we have the landing footage that SpaceX posted like a couple hours ago? This thing.
Oh, I hope so.
This thing.
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
Is his computer still out of space?
Whoa, D.
No, this is splashdown, not space.
Dang.
So it should be fine.
Shots fired.
Oh my God. All right.
Sawyer.
So, if we have that landing footage, you know, and if you haven't, it's just on SpaceX's X account, right? Like
I
if
think
you.
Kevin's got it.
All right, cool.
Oh,
so
here we go.
we'll wait till we get look.
Ooh,
guys,
I have not seen this.
Look,
oh my
yes,
gosh.
See what I mean? You know, people are saying no.
Oh my god.
This is like ship 15 moment.
People are saying, oh, you know, they might miss it. No, they ain't missing. Look at that thing. That's perfect. It is perfect center shot on that buoy cam. Like perfect center shot.
Oh my god.
And look how close
Right?
to the buoy they were again.
Yeah, no.
They need to just land it like right at the buoy.
No,
just kill the buoy.
Sacrifice the buoy for the footage. Get a hard line running to a ship with that data.
Make a buoy out of optical quartz somehow.
Guys, this thing ain't missing.
The only thing
It ain't missing.
I agree, EJ.
Sorry. It's
I
not
agree.
missing.
the only thing I can think about when watching this literally is get in, loser, we're going to Mars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude,
Like,
that thing ain't missing.
This is across the freaking world, man, from where it launched.
It's perfect.
EJ, what do you or Sawyer, what do you think? When first catch? What flight?
I mean, 8 makes the most sense. I know we're talking Elon time with the when, but we've had, 4, 5, and 6 all successfully splashed down after the flip and burn, despite even the flat burn through. That's kind of a Flight 1 thing. So I could see one test of the Generation 2 Starship, make sure that works, the burn through issue is dealt with, and then go for the catch on the next one. They've already proven that they can land this thing pretty darn accurately and pretty darn upright, so why not?
I mean, Sawyer,
You can see the down select of the engine so well too.
Right.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
I'm sorry. I don't even know what y'all were talking about. I've just been staring at.
Also,
this
the crispy ship. Like, it looks so battered. It's so beautiful.
Dude.
But it survived despite all those thousands of tiles being missing.
And I think what hits home, like one of the points that hits the most home, at least just for me personally, is we have not seen this since SN15.
Right.
We haven't seen this with our eyes since SN15. We've seen onboards, of course, but they were all at night in the dark.
I can't wait.
We have not seen this with daylight since SN15. It's so good to see it back.
So exciting. Speaking of exciting, Wilbo Baggins with a $50 tip to tips.nasaspaceflight.com that's with a message that said, tried to send you 500, and then minutes later, a 400-pound super chat from Wilbo Baggins that says, such a joy to hang out with you all. Wilbo.
Wow.
You're incredible. All of you are incredible. But how do we even say thank you?
We make really cool content whenever anything cool happens in front of our cameras. That's really the only thing we can possibly do that even comes close to being appropriately thankful. Thank you so much, Wilbo. Thank you to everybody supporting us on this one, and always. It's truly humbling. Like I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Wilbo.
Unbelievable.
And that's not even the first time he's done stuff like that. So thank you, Wilbo. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh my God.
This is amazing. EJ,
I can't.
EJ, are you ready?
Oh my God.
You ready for this, EJ?
I'm ready.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
We have a $5 tip from someone named Bremo. It says, this is EJ's wife. I do not want to drive the 59 to Starbase. Please don't make him do that.
By the way, it's pronounced Bremo.
Bremo, thank you. Is that really your wife?
Hey. Yeah, it is. Well, I guess it's off the table now. Oh, that sucks. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, damn.
Bremo.
Oh, no. That's awful. Oh, please, wait.
That's amazing.
Stop.
But she should come too.
Oh, yeah,
she should.
She wants to. Brimo wants to stay at a Margaritaville, so I guess.
Hey, well,
that can be
it's
arranged.
funny. I know where one happens to be.
Yeah.
Wait,
It makes sense.
She doesn't want to camp at the ranch?
Aww.
I mean, maybe we should ask.
The ranch slaps.
I'd be down.
Just saying.
Admittedly, keep in mind,
Check.
this is the man who was on a road trip when he proposed to her.
Yeah.
keeper.
You know, remember the truck with the
And
wheel?
by that's a keeper, I mean, I'm talking about you. You're a keeper.
Oh,
Proposing on a road trip.
He is a keeper.
Thank you. The truck that had the wheel come off. Yeah, my wife. I proposed to my wife like a day before. So you know, you're stuck with me now. Now that the truck broke. Just saying.
You said yes. You said yes.
Yep. Can't take it back.
Love it. Kekgrim? How do you say this name? Somebody say the name right. Go. It's on screen.
Sikoran.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sikoran.
Sikoran.
Jeez, Max is good at pronouncing things, apparently. Okay, that person's name. Thank you for the super chat. They said they will need catch hardware to survive re-entry on Flight 7 if they're going to catch a ship on Flight 8. That's true.
Correct.
Yeah, put some catch hardware on there. Throw an aero cover and some tiles on it, call it a day. It's fine.
When do we think they're switching?
There's probably like multiple SpaceX engineers that would cry if they heard me say that.
Yeah. When do we think they're going to do a Raptor 3? Even?
On a ship or a booster or what?
Either.
I think it'll have to be ship or booster first.
I think it'll be booster first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good talk.
Yeah, I'm just curious. EJ, Sawyer, when do you think they're going to do Raptor 3?
June 2025.
Damn, son.
Ooh, putting an exact month on it. Okay, EJ, we see you.
Sawyer, what do you think?
I'm thinking end of 2025. Give them a year to
That's so
work on
pessimistic.
V2s and then, or on the version 2 engines, and then maybe we'll see Raptor 3.
Hey, is Ryan Weber in here, or was that Sawyer? I couldn't tell.
I was just gonna say.
I stole your joke, fool.
Man.
I'd rather be flying an X-Wing with a $5 tip. Thank you so much. They say, is it just me, or was the launch plume a lot more orange and sooty this time, or was that a function of the angle of the sun? Could be
light.
both.
I think it was the light. Genuinely.
Kevin? Do you have my slow-mo, my liftoff of the from Danger Lot? Can we just like?
Ooh.
Can we just like have that playing with the dust because it's all orange and I like orange?
I mean, so
it's orange.
It's orange. Like if we circle back to the early SN hot flights, the dust that was blown from the launch pad had the same orange color as the dust itself.
That's not.
That was also orange. Technically,
that's kind of red.
It's kind of orange to me. You get better eyes. You have crap eyes.
Regardless, it's the same color we've seen, and just because literally the color of the dust could just literally be a function of where the sun was relative to where it was for flights 1 through 5, and I think the lesser amount of light present in the ambient atmosphere, I think, hid the amount of, I don't want to call it soot, but just exhaust byproduct of like the trail that was left behind. Like methane is not the cleanest burning fuel.
It's pretty clean burning, but it's not the cleanest.
It's not hydrogen.
Right. You're not hydrogen.
We're carbon though. We're all carbon based.
You're not hydrogen, and you never will be.
Methane?
It depends. Once you start leaking something, then you become hydrogen.
Okay. Okay.
Fellas,
anyway,
hold up a second. Hold up a second. You guys are saying you're not hydrogen. You know we're made up of like 70% water, and guess what water has?
Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe.
Guess what that has in it? I'm just putting it out there. Sorry, I don't mean to be a buzzkill.
Is it fish?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do more questions. Jason's asking why I prefer to film in vertical video. What?
No, I think that's when we all took out our phones.
Mine was horizontal.
If you want to
go
hear
look
Jack,
back at the footage.
If you want to hear Jack go on a rant, mention vertical video.
EJ and I, by the way, both.
It has its place.
It does have its place.
In the dumpster most of the time, but it has its place.
It does have its place. Flawed Perspective is asking how many refuel flights will be needed for TLI, TTI, launch, and land on the moon. This is an EJ question, if I've ever heard one.
We don't know particularly. Like, it could be anything. It really depends on how much they dial in the design. I've heard anywhere from 10 to 16. If personal guess, closer to 16. That's a lot of propellant to refill.
Yeah,
it is a lot of flights.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not concerned about the flight part. I think SpaceX can. I think they can do it. Like, they say they're going to ramp up. They say they want to launch like 400 Starships in the next 2 years. Do I think they're going to do that? Well, I mean, I'm not going to complain if they do. But even if they hit half that, that's more than enough. That is more than enough launches and missions to get this done. So, yeah, even if it is 16, it's all right. Whatever. Starship's supposed to operate like a jet plane. Let's go. That's easy. 16 flights, no problem.
We talked about the amount of liquid oxygen supply that 4 flights. It was 4 flights is the entire U.S. supply of liquid oxygen, right?
For that day.
For that day. So then 16 flights. That's 4 days of the current U.S. liquid oxygen supply.
Yep.
They will not be able to truck all that in.
The newest draft environmental assessment plans that SpaceX rolled out, that the FAA rolled out the other day as an air separation plant to the northwest of Pad 2. I wouldn't worry about that, D. Don't worry about that.
I wasn't saying that
little
as
film
a negative,
problem. I wouldn't worry about that.
More to just impress, just how massive these rockets are, how much of the propellants they're using. And so, yeah, I guess the air separation will be helpful.
And how much more propellant the tanker versions of Starship will hold. Elon himself said the full Starship stack tanker version. So the as it stands right now, a full stack Starship weighs in the neighborhood of 5,000 tons. A full stack tanker version of Starship with the additional 2 tanks on ship will weigh in excess of 7,000 tons.
A little bit. So it'll be a little bit heavier.
A little bit heavier.
So a little bit heavier. Yeah. Ooh.
By the way, EJ, you made a good point
This is my south shot.
There have been a lot of interesting updates recently on Starship. You might even say Starship updates galore. And you know where we're going to talk about all of them? This week in Spaceflight. Upcoming twists.
I was going to say it, but you took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry, EJ. Go ahead and say it.
No, I don't want to now. I don't want to do that. Now it's all on you. Ball's in your court, man.
And you can watch that in just 4 minutes.
I'm just gonna sit back and let this chaos happen while I watch my shot.
Chat.
This is a really good slow-mo.
Chat's telling me it's supposed to be pad B. Look, I'm the one on the stream. I can call pad 2 if I want, okay? All right?
There's one name for it we can't say, though.
Is Kevin playing the song again?
Yes, Kevin is playing the song again.
Please don't.
Which he admitted to me that he wrote the lyrics, AI then tweaked them a bit, but those are Kevin's lyrics too.
Well,
Kevin.
Oh, Dan! Dan with a party foul!
It's silent. I silenced it.
Dan's phone just went off again.
I have no clue.
I was gonna say something.
All right.
I don't. Dan's phone went off again after we kicked him out and told him not to let his phone be on.
Kevin.
So there is one thing we can't call the second pad here, or it will make Jack very, very
Can you
mad.
just not? For once, can you not? Can we have a normal show where we have fun and talk about spaceflight?
I'm having fun talking about spaceflight. I won't mention Pad West, okay?
Guys,
Hey, look,
Kevin,
yes.
if you don't stop this music, I'm gonna go start my truck, rev and beep the horn so it drowns it out on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, please
See,
do.
I can't.
Please
I
do.
can't hear the music.
I would rather hear the
So-
revving and beeping.
All right, I'll be right back.
Which, by the
Yes!
way, his garage is extremely close to the studio portion, so he's not joking.
There are too many cameras to rotate everyone all the time.
I'm unmuting the feed now just so I can hear the revving.
Oh my gosh, we have gifts from the. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Voidbury.
So
Hey,
is
it's
Jack.
almost like he looks like a crab in a kilt set.
Oh my god, the revving!
Yes! More! Revving more! Oh.
There's
There it is.
the zoomed in one.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes, it's my face. It's very funny looking. Launch directors, flight engineers, y'all are the best. We cannot do any of this, whether it's the 24/7 live streams, that's right, all of them, all three of them, gee, my knee, or anything else we do, all the videos, all the photography, all the videography, all the good stuff. Thank you so much for supporting what we do. That's why you get your names at the end of the trench and at the end of NSF Live. As launch directors and flight engineers, we appreciate you. Also, you should all be in Discord, and you should all be watching the pre and post shows for the Flame Trench because they're a treat. Hey, look, Max, someone bought one of your prints from Flight 2.
Wow, that was already over a year ago, believe it or not.
Yep.
That's crazy.
All right, so we have This Week in Spaceflight premiering right now. So get ready. We're going to go watch This Week in Spaceflight. We're all going to hang out, watch This Week in Spaceflight. If you're in the post show, you'll hear us watching it This Week in Spaceflight in the post show. It's going to be a good episode. It's going to talk about all the things that happened this week. And then after you watch Twist, you should watch Dee's short film. So you got your Friday night all sorted out for you. EJ, thanks for being on and just hanging out while the three of us are dorks.
It's no problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I know it's a privilege coming on here. Chat, thank you for having me here. But I want to say something real quick. Sawyer, from what I understand, you're going under the knife next week. So, hey, just want to give you the best, buddy. Just want to make sure everybody knows that, best wishes, dude. Hope you come out clean on the other side, man.
Yeah, for real. I did not know that. Sawyer, best of luck. We love you, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't really announced it publicly yet, but yeah, more surgery Tuesday. I get to go flat again, so the transporter erector is being lowered one more time. But yeah, thank you. That's why I want to be on one final Flame Trench here, to be back in a couple of weeks. Glad to be a part of this one because it was a fun one.
Good deal. Thanks, man. D, Max, I hate both of you. Don't ever show your faces around here again. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Oh, God. No, don't leave. No, I feel bad now. No. All right, let's go watch Twist. You can...
And here we go. We have liftoff.
Propulsion continues to be nominal.
R68 chamber pressure looks good.
Following up. Roger, Atlantis.
Water towers, fly! Yes! Tango down to nominal.
Flight downside FD off. Bring in FD off. Off. It's orange!
R45! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Decollage.
What is it?
Put that in the big bag, Eagle.
343 unfolds to go. Indeed.
rise together back to the moon and beyond.
If there's methane, it'll be igniting in the flare, correct?
Yikes. You bet. We don't need any more of these.